Oh, let's see if Tom's been good this year. Maybe I can give him a brand new air conditioning system from American Air and Heat. Ho, 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 ho. And I did the nose thing off the side of the nose. I don't know why Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, no matter what you call him, why does he flick his nose at people?
It'd be hard for Santa to give you a whole new air conditioning system.
Yes.
Like, you have to crawl inside and redo the ducts like American Hair did for me.
I don't think he could do it.
Yeah.
I don't think he could do it. The elves, though, they do it.
Yeah.
That's why he has elves. A lot of people don't know that.
Small, they can fit in the attic.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, if you are in the market for a brand new air conditioning system, now would be the time to do it because American Air and Heat have their winter replacement special going on right now.
Yep, now through December 31st, 10-year part warranty, 10-year labor warranty. You can get 5 years of 0% APR financing, so you can pay it off over the next 5 years.
That's the way to do it. Like when I did the replacement in my home, before I got the second replacement, I underpowered myself. Kind of scammy that the other company was willing to sell me that. I was underpowered, and they would not let me finance it, which is probably not a good sign now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, my last system was like 2007, and I was like, oh, that's fine. And then I'm like, oh, 2007, that was damn near 15 years ago.
Exactly.
And so
a lot has changed.
Yeah, and they're way more efficient. I saved an average of around $100 over the summer with my brand new American Air and Heat system. They redid all my duct work. I got a return in every single room now. It works more efficiently. Give them a call because you can save over $2,750 in value right now through December 31st.
You do it.
With all these rebates.
It's not that bad outside right now, and trust me, this is when you want to do it. You don't want to be in a scenario that I was in. I know there have been other BDMs that have been in this scenario. In fact, my daughter's dance studio is currently in this scenario where now the girls are having to go to dance, and they're having to wait for a ginormous commercial air conditioning. Well, now would be the time to wait, right? Because it's like not that hot. But imagine doing this in August. Imagine doing this into July.
Yeah.
Not good. Not a good scenario.
And if you need any work, just give them a call. It's family-friendly service. That's AmericanAirandHeat.com.
The best to you from Kmart Radio. KMRT.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Happy World Toilet Day, everybody.
What does that mean?
I mean, Sam, you can look that up. Today is World Toilet Day. Today, all day on the show, we will be celebrating World Toilet Day with different toilet fun facts. We're going to have some mini games we can play. We've got special toilet-themed snacks and drinks. It's going to be a hell of a good day.
It highlights the importance of sanitation and hygiene in driving improvements in public health, gender equality, education, economic development, and environmental protection.
There you go.
This year's theme is valuing toilets.
Valuing toilets. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, where we know the value of a toilet.
You do take it for granted because if there was no toilets around, people still have to doo-doo. and they'll just go in the streets.
Well, you have told me that. Like, you have told me your wife has been to India. Sorry, Butler, is your mic not working? It's on, but I can't hear you.
Oh, no, it's there.
Okay.
He did not want to comment on the toilet. He does not value the toilet.
He breaks them all.
He does.
I break them. They're my arch nemesis.
That's why he doesn't value them.
Your wife told me one time, Tom, that didn't she see people pooping in the streets of Mumbai?
Yes.
She's been to his wife's been like, she's a world traveler and she's been many different places, and she enjoyed it though, right? Like, she liked India as a country and the people were good, but she did see people defecating in the streets.
She was there pre-social media and really pre the
You could
popularity
get away
of the
with
internet.
more then.
Well,
You could shit anywhere then.
She also said people were taking pictures of her because they never
Look, someone not shitting. That's so rare.
No.
We have to. Oh.
It was just like
Documented.
a white girl with blonde hair was
She's
like
a fairy.
an oddity
Yeah.
over there. So people were like, oh my God, like what is this?
It's like Tinkerbell, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see her, you're like, oh, the stereotype. Snap a photo.
I imagine that doesn't happen so much anymore because everybody's got social media and they're exposed
I know
to
what
it.
white people look like. Boring. Let me over here and shit.
Albinos still stop traffic.
But there would be a lot of people doo-dooing on the streets if there weren't toilets available.
I'm fascinated with albinos. I really am. I've never seen one up close.
I haven't seen an albino
I've never
person
touched
in a long
one. I've
time.
never touched one. Anyway, raise your hand here if you've touched an albino. Dude, what's it like?
Just like any other person.
No, it's not. They're magical.
Cold to the touch.
They're magical, dude.
They have the power, or at least can control electricity.
Yeah, they can bend spoons. I saw the movie.
And they
I
have
didn't
red,
see-
Yeah.
blood red
They
eyes.
wear sunglasses to school, which oddly makes them naturally look cooler than all the other kids. Do we have anything we got to get out of the
Yeah.
way? Okay.
Well, thanks to everybody.
Anything to get me off of this, I'm going to get an email from one albino. That's
No
like a
albino.
1095 albino.
Dude,
Yep.
we've determined this. No albinos listen to the show.
I want albinos
Because
to
they
listen
know
to
you
the
guys
show.
hate 'em.
No, we don't hate
we said
them.
that a long time ago
No,
and
I
never
don't.
got an
He
email.
said
I do not hate them.
Yeah, we said that.
fascinated. by
I'm
them.
fascinated by them.
No albinos listen. None.
I want one.
There's none. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's get the.
I'm just telling you the
Wait,
truth.
I know.
Can
I'm
we
just
put a
telling-
prize out for the listener that gets someone that's albino to sign up?
Well, the
as a
hashtag
PBM?
I've been using is hashtag bring a friend. Let's do hashtag bring an albino.
Yeah.
Let's see where that gets us.
Down, let's do this.
Why are you laughing? This guy, you're about to get fired for laughing on the show. This is not a comedy show when we're talking albinos, sir. Do you have a problem? Anything you want to share with the class?
Thanks to everybody who came out to Sofa and Suds. It was great. It was good seeing people again.
That was
awesome.
That was the best Sofa and Suds we've ever done.
I missed
Best
it.
races by far.
Best weather.
By head and shoulders better races than we've ever had.
Audi won again.
They did win again.
People asked about that. I did notice.
My daughter was fucking crying that the Tom and Dan couch lost.
She was.
She's too wrapped up and she's too competitive. She is. She cried. Then Andrea had to leave
Did
with
she
her.
say my dad's a failure?
Then she asked. Then Maisie asked who won because she didn't want Audi to win. Then I said Audi won, and I'm like, haha, laugh emoji. Then Andrea told Maisie. Maisie cried again.
My sons didn't care that,
I like that.
that the
That's
event
better.
even happened
That's better.
or where was that.
Were they there?
No. They were
They're not going to get COVID.
playing in the backyard. No. They just,
They're over it.
Well, I mean, come on.
My wife
Well,
didn't take
once
them.
Max took that tumble last year, the year before.
Yeah, you know.
They haven't been
So
back.
long. We
don't care about anything.
We did the running of the kids this year, and we had 3 of your more, your
Fat kids.
thank you.
Husky.
They fell down. And Butler couldn't stop laughing. Had to hide behind our. You did have to hide because you couldn't.
I probably
He's like a
laughed
little
at kids falling
ACDC
down.
This
singer that
one,
fell over.
and he was cute, but he was a very round.
Baby
He was a
Chungus.
baby roundman. And he was
Yeah.
so cute. He had the floppy hair, black hair.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking
No,
about.
I know
purple shirt.
exactly. Yeah.
This kid was so cute. This kid, first of all, you could be in commercials. You're that cute. But when he did fall, he just rolled. And oh man, he
rolled like a barrel.
Yeah, he did like what?
How old was he?
9.
Maybe,
Oh, okay. So
maybe
it's
Seven, 7, but he was
I was
like
thinking like toddler.
He did what like when you see a bigger person roll themselves out of a car. So he rolled and then he fell again. He rolled again. It was funny.
So I posted some pictures on Instagram about Sofa and Suds. I'm going to do something about my throat, and
All
I
right.
Oh, no, that's
Put
gonna
something
cut
in there, buddy.
quit talking or
Get the
do
spoon.
something because I'm.
You just clear it. It's fine.
No, it's making me so mad.
You should drink your own
urine.
jizz.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
It coats it.
Is that a thing?
It's good for the throat.
Let me pee in your mouth like Daytona Beach.
Pee might be bad because it's acidic.
At the end of the pictures I posted, it was me and you holding the Sofa and Suds trophy.
I didn't see that photo.
And then
It
everybody...
looked like you guys won.
I know. And then people were commenting like, oh, you guys won. And I was like, well, I guess... based on how I positioned the pictures, it
Yeah.
looked like, but no, we didn't.
And you're going like, yeah.
Yeah.
What we think,
I did not do that on
Like you
purpose.
won.
Okay,
Yeah.
full transparency about this show. We fake enthusiasm for everything that we do
Yeah.
because we've been doing this for so
We're
long.
dead inside.
There's nothing left. So you hand me anything and you're like, hey, this is a photo of it. You
Hype
hand
up.
me, like right now
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just like,
drinking.
yay.
Freedom ice.
Like I'm drinking garbage. This is C4 Smart Energy and it's Freedom Ice. I'm drinking the Freedom. It tastes like a bomb pop.
How free do you feel now?
I feel pretty free.
Good.
But you give me this and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah,
Radical.
yeah, I'm living it.
And then as soon as you put it down, and you go back.
Like, text my wife, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, God, Sloppy Joe's, fuck you.
Also, we have brand new merch on TomandDan.com, the new hat, all the new merch that was at Sofa and Suds.
Yep.
Now, there's going to be a small delay in the merch, so just be patient. But when you submit your order, it will be put in on, in that order. So get it while it lasts because there's a counter on Shopify, so it will sell out. But there's going to be...
Those hats are badass, too.
They are nice.
Really
Yeah.
nice hats.
I got to say, after a week of wearing that and getting it the way I like it to sit, that's one of our better hats. It's made of the same material that we did with the ACT hats we did about 2 years ago.
The gray one?
Yeah.
The gray one.
Yeah.
I think that's one of your favorite hats,
Yeah,
right?
it
This
is.
is exactly the same hat. It fits so great. So, yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, it's very simple and classic. Get it while you can. And nobody will know that Tom and Dan logo. Guaranteed. Everybody thinks it's like a race car. Or like a performance shop or something. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's subtle.
Definitely no performance here.
Real quick bird update. My birds are gone. Or not my birds.
You
but
let them
my
all
mother-
out in
No.
a fit of anger.
Let the birds out.
He released
No.
all the cages. He did a full. You did what you did to your stepdad.
I feel like this bird timeline's all over the place because I thought they had been gone for a
Yeah.
while.
They-
Yeah, but he didn't tell us the story of why. Like we got sidetracked. He went to tell us why the birds were gone, and it wasn't. Now I may be wrong on this, but I was told that it was not your decision.
No. I decided my plan was to use. I think everybody should do this. Use what you're bad at for your superpower, and I'll explain to you guys. So I can ignore things, right?
Okay,
And it's got me in a lot of trouble, obviously, with relationships and everything in my life. People get annoyed that I am.
It could get you into trouble with cancer.
I don't pay attention to things,
Right, yeah.
and I just am off in my own world most of the time, and I
What's
miss
it
a
like
lot of
in
things.
that world?
It's like Sims.
It's,
It's like Sims.
it's not good.
It's like Sims.
bad. Yeah.
It's like Sims
I somehow go to a worse world.
man.
a more stressful. Like, yeah.
You're like, what the fuck am I here?
Yeah, like-
Please take me back to the real world.
Like I want to go to now.
It's like as if Stranger Things were all filmed in the Upside Down, and the only flashbacks you get are when they're in the cool real world. They're
Gotcha.
scooping the ice cream. They got a
Yeah.
sailor hat on. You know,
So my plan was, I was like, well, I'm going to
that's
use
fucking horrible, dude.
this weird, dysfunction I have to my to get what I want in this situation because I'll just ignore the birds, right? I'll just go about my life and pretend like they're not there, and then when they're squawk
Yeah, but that
crazy,
one's got the hots for you.
Which one, Ginger?
I don't know.
The white
I don't know
one,
which
right?
one.
no. Well, what happened
The
was
white bird likes you, right?
So the Bubba likes me.
Oh,
but
Bubba's the most
He
dangerous.
just talks to
Bubba
me.
wants females.
But Bubba's the most dangerous and also the oldest, right? Am I right on that?
I believe
But
so.
that's the one that could like sever a finger if it wanted to go to town on you, right?
I think Bubba is older than I am, which is creepy.
God damn.
No, isn't Bubba like 84 years old or something?
No, it's in its 40s.
It's doing life.
It's me.
Yeah. Like I think all birds are impossible to actually
Yeah, you can't.
nail down the birth date, but it's somewhere in the 40s.
Another reason to love birds, you can barely, maybe tell what sex it is, and you'll never know its birthday.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
a fun pet.
Yeah.
So,
What is it? I have no idea.
Don't get close, though.
And I don't know when it will die. Could be now, could be 90 more years.
My wife made a crucial mistake in the fact that
You better tread lightly. That's not something you want to be saying on the podcast.
No, she don't listen. Okay. The birds, they were fine the first day, surprisingly quiet, right? To the point where
they hadn't formulated their plan yet.
My wife was like, "See, they're not that bad." I was
they
like,
were passing notes before they got.
Yeah.
And I was like,
plotting.
They're not bad. It's like
Velociraptors.
they're there. They're in the cage. They put a sheet over them at night, and they
some
go
wood
to sleep.
Nuggets in there. Chew your wood nuggets. There you go.
Although you can't turn on the light in the dining room where they're at because they'll start squawk crazy. I've made
What
that
is
mistake.
that? What does that mean? Is that them saying turn it off, or is that them saying what is this, or is that?
I have no idea. They're screaming. They're screaming like they've been murdered. Or they're being murdered.
Can an ornithologist? Ornithologist? Isn't that a bird person? Can an ornithologist tell through the squawk pattern that bird what they're saying? Is there a
distress?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
I don't know. They're agitated. I mean, once the sheet's on, they don't like any light because that's like
it's just like Jewish sex. We learned that from Ari Shafir.
So anyway, over the next few days, my wife started bonding with the white one, Ginger, the loudest one, right? And
it's a beautiful bird.
Because the other two birds, they have a partner, each other or whatever. And then the white one is bonded with my wife's mom. But now
that was the third wheel. It was like they'd go out. The ginger the white bird would be like, "Well, I don't have somebody to make."
This is a cockatoo, correct?
Cockatoo, yeah. And my wife took it out of its cage and was climbing on her shoulder, and then that's her mistake. And then it's like I was telling you guys, it somehow was to start backing its ass up at some sort of weird.
It's called the mystical.
Juvenile.
Our juvenile. I thought it was the mystical, right?
Let's shake that.
Oh, shake that ass.
Yeah. That's how you can tell that it's bonding with you because it starts backing its ass up, wanting to be mounted or some shit.
Isn't that the cloaca? Where the egg comes out? That bird was pushing its cloaca on you?
No, not me. My wife.
Shake that cloaca waka.
No, you should arrest that bird. You'll be putting that thing on me.
Don't put your bro's butt on me.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's rape.
Which is gross, by the way.
No means no, Ginger.
Yeah, it's gross.
Anytime any animal starts
Putting
animal
their
butts are
butthole in
gross.
yours. Yeah.
Or even human
Cats
butts.
love to do
Yeah,
that.
I used to have a cat that
Okay,
did.
hard stance.
Gross.
Human butts are gross unless you've been showered because you just been smearing paper back there, right?
Well,
all butts are gross unless it's a freshly showered butt, and then you got to put a finger in and around it a little bit to get the remnants of the inside. You got to wash the cup out.
Well,
rinse out that milk.
It's not the fact that they're showing you their butt, which cats do all the time, where they just show your butthole. But I assume it's to as some sort of neg. It's like, hey, look at my butthole, you piece of shit. Yeah. But this
I
bird,
do anything I want, including making you look at my asshole
and clean my own shit. Yeah.
But when some birds or animals start insinuating, like, hey,
Look at this.
bang my bird pussy. It's like, goddamn.
I want your human cock
That's
in my
what
Somebody
cloaca.
clip that.
That's what it's saying to you. It's like,
Yes.
goddamn, bird, get it. Like,
It's saying,
gross.
I don't know
It's
what
presenting itself
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
like I don't know what
quit
you have,
presenting.
but put whatever you have in my bird pussy.
Anyway, that was the beginning of the end because as soon as it started
I
bonding to
don't
my
want
wife,
any bird pussy.
Not to
Put
me.
my foot down, Crystal.
and then it started scream crazy anytime it couldn't see my wife, just like my sister-in-law warned us that
Oh, I
it
thought
would
you were saying
happen.
just like my sister-in-law does. Where's my
Wait,
sister?
the one that's screaming is the one that wanted you to fuck it?
my wife to fuck it. Yeah. It bonded with my wife, not me.
Gotcha.
I ignored it.
Bed on bed.
So wait a minute.
stayed
This
away.
bird wanted your wife to stick her fingers in its cloaca?
It just bonds with whatever human that it bonds with, and then
What an
once it bonds
idiot.
with it, it's and so then
Stupid.
my
And
wife
it's obsessed with your
Dumb
wife.
bird.
could not get out of the bird's vision without it screaming, and I'm talking about the loudest scream I've ever heard.
Fire alarm, right?
I mean, it was louder than a fire alarm to
Yeah, it
the
is
point where
louder.
it froze
God, that's
me.
crazy.
It is. Well,
God,
it
your
froze
neighbors
me.
I mean,
must
this is
fucking hate you.
I don't know this to be true, but I'm going to guess that fire alarms need to be loud, but there is a cap they put on that because they don't want to cause you any
Right.
harm, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a human invention, and they got like some there's
Decibel
there's a
levels.
threshold in there that they have to adhere to. But I have heard the birds before
Yeah.
But I have not heard them in your home. I've only heard them from the house to the street, right? And it's still really loud. Really loud.
And so inside
Really,
the house,
really loud.
it was loud. And I would just freeze when the bird was screaming. And my wife, it was driving her crazy. She doesn't have the same superpower I do with ignoring
You know the
things.
feeling I get is like when you go to those bass competitions in like Daytona Beach where the audio is so loud that you don't know how to react to it. You're like
Yeah,
affected by
freezes
it. You have to breathe
Yeah.
through it. Breathe through it. Breathe through it.
Yeah.
You breathe through the bass. Breathe through the bird.
It's like some weapon that
yes,
like
it's been weaponized.
they
Yes.
shoot at you with
I'm frozen.
they shoot at protesters
Yeah, I'm
like some
paralyzed.
sound
oh
weapon.
my god! I just shit my beanie.
And so after about a couple days of that, it drove my wife crazy enough to now my wife her mom had finished all the demolition, and so now it's just
I thought I had finished the VHS of Demolition Man.
So
Great movie.
basically her whole house and the inside is gutted besides from her bedrooms and stuff. But so they'd finished the loud working, but the birds, my wife had planned for the birds to stay with us until like they put the tile in and whatever.
Sure,
And
just easier that way.
She gave up and called her mom and said, "I can't take it anymore. Come get the birds. They can live back in your house because this is driving me insane. I have to hide in my room. I can't let the birds see me. I scream crazy." And then there was the awkward day where her mom had to come back and get the birds. And I kept reminding her mom, like, "Hey, this isn't mine. I was fine with it. Like, I had no
Totally
problem."
down with the birds.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
This on your daughter.
Yeah, it was like, I also can't take it. I can take it. That's
Now,
fine.
were you doing the thing that I would have done, and this makes me a bad person, but were
Yeah.
you doing a Dan Dennis guarantee? And I would hope that you would do this, that you would learn this from me. Were you sitting there the whole time and were you like, man, I'm going to be a little sad to see these little boogers go. Were you like, oh, gone so soon? Man, I was just, you know what? That affects me a little. I'm a little bummed out. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
And then we're loading the bird cages. They're insanely heavy, by the way, back into my truck to take them back to my mother-in-law's.
And it's not that far either, which is
It was
almost an insult.
I remembered. I was
like
like
6 feet.
I bet a lot of people do this too when they divorce their spouse, where they help them load all their shit.
The birds? No, I'm not doing that.
No,
if
like-
I divorce Andrea, that's your birds.
Or-
Have your boyfriend help you.
They help their spouse load all their stuff into the moving truck, and I was like, man, that must be awkward. This is because it was awkward just to put the birds back to my mother-in-law's house because
Was it only awkward for her, or was it awkward for your wife as well? Because
I don't know.
Because you're Mr. Awkward, right?
It was awkward for me because I was like, we said the birds could stay for weeks.
Was
and
there
now
an
we're
argument
loading them
at
back.
all? Like, or
no
was there-
argument. It was
Okay.
just a awkward. Like, hey, we're putting them back because
You may
Crystal
have
couldn't
gotten
take
lucky.
it.
I think you just
I got lucky.
Oh, you
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
got lucky.
Yeah,
But,
because
like-
I hated every second of it.
But Crystal's mom is so sweet, like I can't see her like making it awkward. So maybe it was just awkward to you, hopefully, and that you just got lucky and bye birds.
Well, I think it was, probably awkward to her, too, because she wanted the birds to stay there the whole time. And
Now-
we put them back in the dusty
Here's my big question.
shell of a house.
No, but here's my big question for you. You just told us this tale of birds and told us this tale of this one bird being bonded and wanting to fuck your wife. And then your wife did what I can only assume would be bad. Like sugar gliders. You're supposed to have, like, what, 2 of them? Or mini donkeys, you're supposed to have, like, 2 of them.
Yeah,
and if
some
you
of 'em
take,
you gotta pair
if you
'em
take,
up.
like, one away from them, like, fast like that, they freak out and they die or
Yeah.
they go through depression. Is this bird now going through depression because
No.
it basically fell in love with your wife and then you separated it?
No, I think it just birds. They'll like swingers. They'll go with anybody.
It's just the flavor of the week. So this bird's a
How dare you?
whore.
Swingers don't go with anybody.
This bird's like a whore. This bird was like, I loved her, bro,
Yeah.
but she's gone now, so I gotta find somebody else to love.
And
Then
it-
it's going to get out of
Back
its
it up.
cage and find you because it knows you're fucking your
Yeah.
wife and it's going to kill you in your sleep.
No, I think it's like
That would be a
Bubba gonna
really
get you.
weird horror movie
Right?
that I would watch.
Birds.
we
Yeah.
we put human emotions
No one's thought of it.
towards animals. Like we're like, look at the dog. It's sleeping on its owner's grave, and then it's just gonna die of starvation there. Like, no, it won't. Like, it'll just whoever starts taking care of it, it'll just like that person. That's it. All animals. That's how
I think
it
I
works.
made the mistake of saying that one time on a Facebook thread, and man, did I get a lot of hate.
No. If you gave your dog away, it will just bond to the new owner and eventually forget you pretty fast, I think.
Very fast. In a nanosecond.
Anyway, so birds are gone. So they may be back. I saw, they were back on my porch this morning.
Oh, no.
Well, then they're back. I mean, then they're back.
Wait a minute. They just swing.
See what I'm saying with these birds?
They're just coming by for some breakfast, little French toast action. Like, why are they swinging through your house?
Your mother-in-law was like, "Oh, you handled it so well. We're just going to drop these off for the weekend."
My mother-in-law said the new workers that are doing the electricians that are
They're
there.
cats. They're all cats. They want to eat them all.
He told her to get the birds out of here. They're
Probably driving them crazy.
Hey, lady, I know this is extremely disrespectful. Get those birds the fuck out of here. We're working.
So we have a person on the line now that sent us an email about getting a circumcision late in life.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to them and see how that went because I don't know too many people that have gotten circumcisions
I've considered it.
They're have you
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be impossible. I can't speak for Butler, but yeah, I mean, I considered it for no reason other than just to kind of step in line with everybody else.
Yeah.
I guess.
So who's on?
David,
how you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, I don't know if Dan can create another name for me. That'd be cool.
Well, you're already on the air, so I'm gonna go with your name is definitely not David.
Didn't tell me to keep him anonymous, so you got to
your name is definitely not David.
You could have just said
all good.
Call him Ding Dong.
I missed
Ding
that.
Dong
I
David.
missed that marker in the email.
Or you could have just said that was a fake name. And then that would have thrown him off.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's definitely your real name now.
Wow.
No, what happened?
Let's just go with John.
We obviously know you didn't get a brain transplant.
All right, John's on the line. Everybody just heard it.
David wants to go with John.
We can't unring the bell. It's already happened.
Well,
Or in this
everybody
case,
knows that-
unring the bell end.
Tell us how you had the circumcision later in life and why.
I mean, I guess I can give you a backstory, surgical story, aftermath. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, backstory is basically. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want the full deal because we are fascinated by this. We've had people on the show before. We've had a company on the show before, the Tugger. Yeah. You probably heard that show. We had a guy on here that sells this device that will actually help you re-stretch your foreskin if you want it back. We've had people say that they hate it. We've had people say that they love it. We've had people say it's unclean. We've had people say that's not true. So yeah, to have somebody on here that actually had an adult circumcision, I think it's on brand.
Yeah, for sure. So. I was born in Ohio. I was adopted. Okay, I have an older brother who was also adopted. And when you're adopted at birth, you have to spend 24 hours with your birth mom to I think number one, make sure that they want to give you up for adoption. But they have no say in the circumcision. But also too, the skin on skin bullshit. Not bullshit. I don't want to say that. I don't want to take away from that. But my older brother was adopted. He was 5 years older than me. He was circumcised by my parents, the parents that raised me.
Did they know what they were doing, or did they, the dad was just like, I can wing it?
No, but that's the funny thing is, my adopted parents, my dad was uncircumcised, okay? But they circumcised my brother, who was 5 years older than me, but they did not circumcise me. Okay.
Maybe your dick was smaller, and they're like, well, to make them look a little more alike, leave his skin on.
For your uncircumcised dad to decide to circumcise the adopted son, it's a weird thing, right?
It knocks you down.
No, we were both adopted. But the thing was, when I grew up, I was like, you're running around showing your dick off, and you're in the shower. No. When you're a kid, I'm talking about an infant.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You're what do you call it? Whacker tacker? I forget.
Rat-a-tat.
Rat-a-tat. So I looked at my brother's dick like it was weird. You know what I mean? I'm like, my dick looks just like my dad's dick. Your dick looks weird. So
Mickey Avalon.
Anyway,
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I think everybody was.
Right. So. Anyway, so I was uncircumcised, and it was just a thing, it was nothing to me. And, so I'm uncircumcised until I get into, my adolescent years. And I hit puberty at a very young age, Okay.
Oh, I love those kids. So you were like one of those kids that was small, but you had a mustache.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had armpit hair in third grade.
Holy
I had pubic hair in third grade. I was popping boners. My dick was 10 times the size of all of my friends.
Yeah, that's a good claim. That's a good. You should get a T-shirt that says, "When I was a kid, my dick was bigger than every other third grader."
That is weird.
That's something to be proud of, though.
Because Tommy's in second grade. I can't imagine.
There's a kid in his grade that's like, "Look at my jumbo, big jumbo."
Dude, I didn't get pubic hair.
I didn't get no Pubinators. I didn't get no Pubinators until I was in second grade.
I was 15. Like,
when you...
I was like 13, 14, I think.
I don't even remember.
I was close to your age. I don't think that's terrible.
I think guys like that. I don't know that girls are like into like, oh, great,
you guys
now
get
I have
more.
pubic hair.
You guys get more with it, right?
We also get periods.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like when we get it,
it's all ew.
When we get it, we just get a little dirt down there. You know, just give me a little fuzz or something.
We get more excited for titties.
We get anger, and we get angry. Yeah, you guys do get. You guys get excited for titties. You know, you're sharing them and showing them
we
each
get
other.
Made fun of.
Look at my bra. I got a bra.
12, 13, I was pretty excited for titties too.
So
different way.
Yeah, you had puberty early, and then did that cause some sort of complication?
I mean, not a complication. Okay, so I'm uncircumcised, and when I say 10 times, I'm not talking 10 times length. I'm not talking 10 times girth. I'm just saying, like, kids show their dicks to other people, okay? So
wait a minute. What the fuck?
That was the original working title of the show.
Kids show their dicks to other
people. I have kids, and
do your kids show their dicks to other
They have not done that. We have instructed them specifically not to do that.
Well, it's a different time.
Yeah. Like, actually, we tell them, like, hey, don't show your dick to anybody.
Yeah.
But
I tell Maisie that she don't even got a dick.
Your
I'm
doctor,
like, just don't show nothing.
Your parents, like, you know, don't do it.
I mean, I guess think of it as a beanie weenie compared to like a big bite at 7-Eleven. Okay,
good God,
so like that's how my dick was.
So wait a minute. Are you? Is this whole entire interview for you to say that when you were in third grade, you had your cock was so big that you had to get the skin peeled off of it because it was just too big? Come on.
No.
You microwaved your dick in his skin's
I think that's
it's
just genetics. That has nothing to do with puberty, by the way. Like your dick doesn't grow through puberty. Your dick, that's just genetics. Like
okay, so let me preface and just say, like, I hate saying this, but like a shower, not a grower. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. So you stay big all the time.
Well, I mean, it's just like when it's flaccid, it's, say, like 3 to 4 inches. But when I'm hard or erect, whatever you want to call it, it's like 6 to 7 inches. But, like, my friends at the time when I was in, like, middle school had, like, 2-inch dicks that would probably grow to 6 inches. That's, like, 3 times the size, right? So if I have a 4-inch dick, I'm not growing a 12-inch dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you just have...
Man, I'm trying to do the dick math over here. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, my dickonomics are low.
Toilet paper.
I've known plenty of friends.
2 to 6.
Oh my God. If you can get 2, you can get 4. 4 to...
The two of my friends that have the biggest dicks in high school, they would show them a lot. Especially high school. Yeah.
That's true.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, that's a thing. It's like
awkward.
When you have a big dick, it tends to fall out of your pants. Like you're just like, look at this.
It's called the carrot top scenario.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I was uncircumcised, so guess what? My dick looked different than everybody else's. You know, so then they would make fun of me. They would say, weird dick. They would say, gross
hey, there's a weird, massive dick.
So you had a big dick, but it was circumcised.
Anteater.
Where'd you grow
Anteater is the best thing, you know? I grew up in I live in College Park, but I grew up in Tavares.
All right.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess, like, they would always make fun of me. So I went to my mom, and I told her, I said, Mom, I want to get circumcised. And she said,
what an awkward conversation. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my
interesting to go to mom and not dad.
Yeah, why didn't you go to dad? He had the dick.
Well, dad split when I was younger. So it was.
He's like, I got this dick.
So he left you uncircumcised and then left you?
I'm going to share this dick with the world. I can't be locked down with a family. I got to fuck more people and make more big dick kids.
Easier to split.
Wasn't his kid though? Wasn't his gene?
Yeah, easier to split on adopted kids, right?
Yeah, It's weird. Whatever, though.
Just doing the logic.
It would be easier, yeah.
It's just like, it's like kind of like my wife wanted them. I said okay, but I'm out of here.
I feel the same way.
That's how it probably went.
He's just being honest.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about, like, I've had a couple relationships with a girl got the dog, and we were in the relationship, and it was our dog, but when we break up again, that's your dog. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You keep the dog.
Yeah.
So you wanted to
Make
get
people feel
circumcised just for cosmetic reasons.
I mean, just because I wanted, yeah, exactly. So I went to my mom. I said, Mom, I want to get circumcised. And she said, okay, I'll make an appointment with our family physician, the guy that I go to that for everything, whatever. So I go in there and we go into a
not to talk shit about your mom, but I feel like maybe there would be more of a conversation about, like, hey, are you sure? Like,
They make you do that before you get married. I had to go talk to a priest, I'm like,
it's kind of like you ask your mom to pierce your ear. So you're like, hey, I'll make the appointment tomorrow at Piercing Pagoda. It's like, give it a beat. Like, how about
I think you would look quite fetching with an earring.
Let's talk about it. Let's discuss, like, what this means. Like, you're cutting off your dick skin, which is not a like an easy
People do
process.
it for health all the time, though. Boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Yeah, but it's like a pretty invasive procedure.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I assume.
So, Mama calls up your, old
GP,
Dr. Hindenburg or whomever whatever
Family doc.
your family doc, and is that something that he can do, or does he have to send you like a specialist or somebody?
No, they brought me into a consult room or a consultation room, whatever, and they said the doctor told me, he said, Dave. John, just so you know,
there's no going back.
The science is coming forward. I know. I
want to say John. Your name's David.
You're throwing people off. Your lack of continuity is confusing me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, just call me Davey. So, like he said, just in 30, 40 years, like circumcision will not be a thing anymore because the science has proven that there's no reason to do it. And I told him to his face, like eye to eye, I said, I don't care. I want to get circumcised. Doesn't matter.
I want to be a real boy. I don't care. Whatever it takes to make this thing look streamlined.
Rip the hood off.
Yeah. So then he's like, okay. And so my mom was in the room with me at the time, and then he's like, let's go in the exam room. So I sat in one of those paper-covered reclining chairs, whatever. And
wow, this is the biggest third grader dick I've ever seen.
No, he lifted up my dick, and then he told me, he was like, this is how they're going to do it, just so you know. So he pulled my foreskin.
Put it in their mouth like this.
But he pulled it like forward, like stretched it all the way out. He's like, they're going to clamp it, and then they're going to snip it.
Yeah.
And then whatever they have the foreskin, they keep that, whatever, I don't know what they do with that. But then they stitch it around your dick. And I said, yeah. I said, perfect. Let's do it, He goes, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. So then I had an appointment with a urologist who basically said the same thing, except he was on his knees in front of me, which is weird. But he also said, too, he said, how much room do you want between your, I'm going to paraphrase, dick skin and your dick head?
Wait a minute. I didn't know I had an option to pick.
Wait a
That's
second.
Like 4 millimeters, please.
Yeah, that's like putting spacers on your import tuner.
I know.
Give you some shock.
Yeah, what size springs are we running on this fucking thing?
I wish there was another circumcised male in here so I could ask them.
You're outnumbered, bro.
The ring around your dick.
That's from the cutting.
That's from the circumcision, and that could be higher or lower. Like I thought it was a basic standard that everybody had. Like
you would think they'd have a device, much like what you said, piercing pagoda. They got a gun. Not necessarily the best way to pierce your ears, but it's consistent. I'll give it that, right?
I did it like a catfish, just nailed it to the head.
Well, like Maisie got hers pierced at a piercing place, and I would always go to a piercer. Go to a person that knows how to pierce. If you want the name of the place I went to, it's called Drift. It's awesome. But the gun just makes things very uniform. And Tom's right. You would think that they'd have some sort of purely medical device that will always give, we always give the 15 millimeter thing, to everybody. That's the standard because we have determined that that's the easiest, the best, the biggest, least infected, most useful, looks the best. They'd have
give you some good jerkin skin.
People have problems sometimes where it's like they don't have enough skin, so it's like it causes them different things.
I have too much. Like my dick is almost like a person that's lost like 600 pounds. And like on the front of it,
it's all big lumpy skin.
and you got to pull it back. It's like putting on soccer socks. It's like, oh, come on, when does this end? I'm tortured.
So you're at the urologist, and what does he do?
Well, I just kind of said, give me the standard, okay? And then that's what he did.
And how old are you? How old are you at this point?
15.
I'm 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of music were you into at the time? I'm trying to picture you how you're dressed.
I don't know. I was like jamming Headstrongs,
Okay, yeah, a little alt-right douche rock.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Little Hoobastank. Put some Hoobastank on there.
Hoobastank was a good one. Third Eye Blind.
There you go. A little jumper. Put a little jumper on before I get a circumcision.
So I've always wondered this. They pull your foreskin out and then they just cut it and then...
Yes, they clamp it. They literally put this thing around it and then they snip it.
Like the grand opening of a Best Buy.
Are you awake for this?
Do you watch it?
I'm sorry?
Are you awake for it?
No. I'll get into that. I'll get into everything. So, the urologist kind of told me everything that the doctor told me. So, and when I told him I just want the standard, length in between the dick head and the dick skin kind of thing. And so we schedule the surgery, and we go into the surgery. When I say my mom is ride or die for me. She'll do anything, anytime I want her to. And
that's a good mom.
She's fantastic. She's the best. So I show up to the surgery like a normal surgery. I mean, it's an invasive surgery, So I show up at 6 a.m., and we actually end up seeing people we know there. And it was the best. It was the best. And I didn't know what to say. And the lady was my mom's friend. She goes, "What's David here for?" And my mom goes, "Hernia." He's getting a hernia repaired.
Mind your business, bitch. HIPAA. What the fuck? What is your kid here for? None of your business.
I think it's a natural thing to say there. Like, what's he doing here?
Oh, yeah.
That's personal
I didn't know what to say.
Well, that lady's a chopper, Butler. If you find yourself in a waiting room with a chopper, they will ask you what you're there for.
Now, a chirper will not. I will not. I'll want to, but I also know that there is a line. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
My wife encountered a chopper at Wawa who commented on someone's drink and said, "Hey, there's a lot of sugar in that drink."
Yeah, and you're fat. You know how that is.
And then the person went back and got another one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Chris was like, some chopper just told a stranger. And I thought I would do that.
Step up your game. No, he hasn't done shit like that. You're getting weak.
Yeah. You had to comment on other people's purchases.
If you want to...
No, he stopped because Tom yelled at him.
I know. Well, turn it up a
do it
notch.
to other people. Not to me.
Don't do it to
I'll
us.
go slap my chops and get back into it.
Get everybody else.
So, what happens once you get into the room?
Okay, it's a serious surgery. So you go to the pre-op where they hook you up with you check your vitals and they give you the IV and
it's also the most embarrassing real surgery. Right? It is because you're in there and it looks as if you're getting open heart, but they're like, "What are you doing?" Just take a little off the top of it. Yeah, it's the most embarrassing real surgery.
Did they put the dot?
No, I've been to. I've had so many doctor's appointments recently, and they're like, "Have you had any surgeries?" I'm like, "Circumcision." Over and over again.
No, skip that one. Dude, you skip that one. Pretend you got it done when you were a baby.
I thought it was like an outpatient thing, when I got my vasectomy. I just went to the doctor, I was awake, and no hospital got nothing. I pulled down my pants, they cut me, cauterized it. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's serious. When I was in pre-op, they did all the shit, and then they took me into the room, and then they give you the juice, the whatever anesthesiologist or whatever, and then you wake up in another room, right? So
they put you to sleep with general anesthesia. That's crazy.
Oh my god! Yeah, of course, absolutely. I mean, dude, they're pulling the dick skin up and just snipping it like they put you to sleep.
I honestly think I could do this with some Bactine, a pair of good scissors.
How does that skin feel? Can you smush? Okay, Daniel.
Like mine, Travis. I can take it and I can pinch it as hard as I want to.
Yeah, like elbow skin, right?
It's like the end of your elbow. Yeah.
All right. So to me, that seems like they
should be easy.
Yeah, don't have to put you to sleep for that, but Anyway.
So
Men are babies.
after the surgery happened, so then I just wake up in the ICU. And because it's an invasive surgery, so you have a nurse there that's kind of attending to you, whatever. And I wake up, and she's like, "What's your name?" And I give her my name, John. And she says, "What's your date of birth? And do you know why you're here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know why I'm here."
My dick is so big.
And
I'm one of those kids cursed with a huge dick.
she goes, "Do you want to take a look at your penis?" And I was like,
You want to take a look at your tits, you bitch? Fuck you.
And she was hot, too. She had fucking big-ass titties, I remember.
Okay, slow down.
And she told me to take a look at my dick, and I looked at my dick, and I was like, oh, my God.
Mutilation.
My dick was, I swear to God, I am not lying, the size of, like, a 16-ounce, Monster Energy drink. Okay?
Hey, for reference.
Yeah, there it is.
Completely flaccid. And I could see the, where they stitched it, and they had, it was covered in that brown fucking shit they put on there, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Iodine, yeah. And then they had the yellow tape.
You butt-fuck the urologist while you're under.
So then they had the yellow tape around where the stitches were, and I was like, is that normal? And she looks at me, and she's like, yeah, the swelling should go down in, 5 to 7 days. And I'm like, all right. She's like, can I take you to post-op? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So she takes me to the post-op room, and I'm still, hazy, because I just, woke up from surgery. So I fell asleep for a little bit, and my mom's in there, and my godmom's in there, and they
too
were
many moms,
My
dude.
God.
Get some dads in this dick story. God!
Dude, I got protected. They had protected me, whatever.
I guess.
So my mom wakes me up, and she's like, hey, they won't let you leave until you shit. Now, I don't know if that's a thing anymore. But
you guys
I had this
fucked up family, man.
No, this is the hospital policy, So I went into the bathroom.
It's a rule. All big dick kids have to shit before they leave the hospital.
I feel like that's for other surgeries, but for circumcision, I don't
And
feel
no
like
alcohol, and all of our paintings have Jesus assisting
Like when
the
I got my
doctors.
wisdom teeth taken out, they were like, hey, you went under, so you got to take a shit before you leave.
Go take a shit, Sam.
Yeah, that's for hernia surgery or some sort of gastrology something, right? Where
Yeah, I think you're right.
You're messing with your
This doesn't seem
intestines.
accurate for this. I don't know.
Well, it happened. I'm just telling you that. And then so I went to the bathroom. I took a shit. I literally had to hold my dick in my hand because I didn't want my dick to hang in the shit water. Okay? So
Oh, my God.
I don't have that problem. This is big dick 15-year-old problem.
Swollen.
It's all monster energy.
Lord. You know what? Now that I'm hearing the troubles of somebody with a big dick, this is terrifying. I don't want a big dick now. I want a regular dick.
Well, how long did you recover for?
okay, all right. So then I take a shit. She comes in. I get to go home, right? So then I go home. Now, granted, I am 14, 15 years old. I don't know if you knew what it was like to be 14, 15 years old, but, you pop boners, time boners, 10 a.m.
I bet it
2 p.m.,
hurt
4
because
p.m.,
I
right?
bet it hurt while it was healing.
Oh, my God, it would stretch everything from the stitches, and the stitches were those ones that kind of pop out on their own.
Yes.
Right? So they're, I don't know, biodegradable. That's probably not the right word, but...
They dissolve.
They're
dissolvable.
Yeah, they dissolve. Yeah. So, I would get boners, 4 to 5 times a day, but she told me, the nurse said, you can't jack off for 30 days. And I was like, oh, my gosh, So, I couldn't relieve myself, and I would pop these boners. What's that?
Well, no, here, I'll help you a little bit. I do know what it's like to have an issue down there. I got a rash on mine from some detergent or some shit, and my dick broke out and whatever it was, super irritated.
Gross.
But when you got boners, yeah, it was excruciating because that skin's tight, and then it's trying to heal, and all you're doing is nah, dog.
Stretching it out,
while
yeah.
you're healing, I'm just going to stretch this shit and crack it up big, and it is excruciating.
Oh, my gosh, it was so painful.
I feel like, again, your mom should have told you, hey, this is a serious, maybe you should wait till you get to 18.
Now's not the time.
Don't talk about my mom, Tom.
Or maybe your godmom. I mean, you had every mom you have there. At least somebody should have stepped in and said, whoa, slow your roll here.
A crazy thing to do just for cosmetic reasons. It's if your 15-year-old wants a nose job or something, it seemed like a lot of surgery for cosmetic reasons, right? And like you should wait it out, or maybe you're making a wrong decision.
How long did it take
What's that?
to heal?
To get better?
To fully heal?
Yeah, are you happy?
30, like a month.
Did it go back down to the regular size, or did it stay monster
Yeah, you still got
can?
monster can.
No, it's not monster, guys. I'm telling you, it's not monster. It's just
You
like
told
once
us
it got...
Settle down, Tim.
Well, I mean, 4 inches flaccid is big, but 6.5 hard is not that big, right?
Yeah. That's an average.
I think it's bigger than most people, honestly.
So are you,
Yeah,
are
so,
you happy you got that done? I mean, it seems like a
Was it
traumatic
worth it?
experience.
The grass is, I mean, I was thinking about this, like, the grass is greener. Like, if I didn't do it, I wish I would have, and I now that I did it, maybe I shouldn't have. You know, like, what's the big deal?
How's the scarring and whatnot since you did it so later in life?
I mean, because of all the stretching, you know, like, there was another story where, like, I went out and bike rode and went to do some jackass stunts with people, and I was like, I can tow them in there. I'll be in the camera. I mean, this is 2001, Tom. You know that Jackass was huge in that area, so, like, we're, you know, taking people on skateboards up quarter pipe ramps, whatever, and I got home, and I would wrap my dick in, like, whitey-tighties, and I would put boxer shorts over them, and then I got home one time, and I took my boxer shorts off, and my crotch area was blood red. Okay, totally blood red, that it was, like, dripping blood. I know this is gross. And so I called my mom. I thought my dickhead was falling off. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I looked at my dick. And
what?
I'm sorry. I'll move past that.
No, it's fine.
Franken dick? Your head was falling
Well,
off.
they did a major surgery on your penis, and then obviously at the wrong age.
That's giving me the willies.
Yeah, they
like-
should have talked you out of that.
yeah. I'm surprised the doctor would even do
Prime
it.
time boner time.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You're at your most active. I mean, it sounds like, what, did you rupture something? Should you have not been skateboarding?
I was probably riding my bike, and it was just like a bunch of movement around with the stitches and stuff. I mean, it really wasn't that bad when I look at it at the end of the day, but, like, at that time, I was like, holy shit, what is going... I mean, you look down and you see blood in your crotch.
Yeah.
That's, like, not a good thing.
We have to do that every month, sir. It's fine.
I know that. I was going to say something about that.
Just blew my mind there, Sam.
I mean, the first time it's terrifying.
I don't know if I regret it necessarily, but, like, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go on Tom and Dan and I'm going to talk about circumcision. And she's like, what do you mean? Why are you going to do that? And she's like, I've never even seen an uncircumcised penis. And I was like, what? Because that was kind of the reason, too. Like,
You've lived half your life as both. You've been both. You're the blade of dicks. You know what it's like to have... You've had...
Like, even at... Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, you've had a little bit of time where you know what it's like to feel differently and have an uncut penis.
Had you had sex before you got circumcised?
No.
Okay, I just want to see if there was a difference.
Time, she's my wife. I've been dating her since I was in 8th grade, okay? So, like, we've been together for that long, 20 years. And I was rounding third base, put it that way, you know. And at the same time, I'm showing my dick off to all my friends, and then they're, you know, like, making fun of me. And I was like, I don't want to show her this gross penis, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
had body dysmorphia.
You know what? Chivalry is not dead.
You know, it's weird.
so, like,
From growing up in Miami, I had a lot of friends that were uncircumcised,
sure.
just because like popular, like the not get circumcised in like South America and different.
I have a lot of any of my Latin friends, Spanish friends. They're all uncircumcised.
Yeah. So
Tony Rage is uncircumcised.
It was never.
Excuse me, Tony Mungiet.
A weird thing because there was a certain percentage of everybody that wasn't. So but I can imagine in different places.
It was weird
like,
in DeLand, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, what am I, some sort of, what are you, some kind of light in the loafers European?
Yeah.
You know, seriously.
Yeah, or hippie.
Yeah, it was very weird.
All right, David.
You know, I appreciate your adolescent big dick bravery for sharing that story.
If you want to find who David is, you can probably search the BDM page. It's on there.
Chill.
I'm just telling people how to find you. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, leave him a message.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, man. See you guys.
Be good, man. That was good. I learned a lot. I don't know if I would do that.
There are people that have done it like David did at 15. There are people that have done it as adult.
Yeah, like 30-year-olds.
Yeah, I know a guy in his 30s that did it.
I know a guy in his 30s that did it.
Yep.
For like
medical reasons.
Medical reasons. Yep.
Cosmetic.
Oh, cosmetic.
or
Cosmetic.
cosmetic
No,
reasons.
this was medical reasons. This particular person was just having a tough time, with some other urology issues, and this just makes it easier.
Girlfriend at the time bullied him into getting it, and then she broke up with him later on.
It's weird too because
Wow, that's a new one, Butler.
besides from like
Yeah, you don't really hear it that way. You usually hear like the guy bullies the girl into getting like fake tits. You never really hear like the girl bullying a guy to get his dick cut.
Well, let's
right?
be real about it. All the jokes that Tom's makes, that is rooted in the reason that is so funny is there are girls that I have had a girl look at my penis and be like, I've had that.
I
have had a girl tell me, I found out
that.
you're uncircumcised in high school. That's disgusting. I have had that
But
happen.
to be with someone and then convince them to go get their dick cut seems odd.
Yeah,
I can't. No.
'Cause,
that'd be like you're with your wife and there's something down there. Maybe she has larger labia, or
Yeah.
maybe breast augmentation would be the big one.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
Girls get that all the time.
Like,
Right.
You should get some bolt-ons.
because the one of my buddies that wasn't circumcised, like he hooked up with a lot of girls in high school, and that you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and he never ever had a story about any of them ever stopping him from hooking up with a
Right.
girl.
I know,
you
yeah.
know? But again,
I know,
Miami
high
was
school,
more
I didn't.
used. People were more used to it. You
Yeah.
know, like so it was one of those things where most girls that I've talked to that grew up in Miami have seen an uncircumcised or been with a
I
man
also
that was
think
uncircumcised.
now, like in this day and age, like not only are people more exposed to it because of porn, but I just think a lot less people are actually getting circumcised.
Yes,
So
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's not going to
absolutely.
be like
Where are we
as
at with it
abnormal.
now?
I don't know.
Is it still the norm? Are we right in the middle? Is it like are we a solid 33.3 of everything?
I feel like it's still more circumcised than not,
I agree with that.
but
Well,
it's slowly shifting, I think.
I think it is too. Yeah, out of every single one of my friends that had kids that had boys, only one of them circumcised their kid, their boy kid.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, so it's like 90%, 95% didn't circumcise.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Going back to the chat room, a few weird things coming out of there. A little tidbits that are kind of interesting because we probably do got to take a break.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Brock says, I knew a guy with elephantitis in high school and he got laid more because of it. I wouldn't mind you calling in about that, Brock. That's interesting to me. Elephant, like
I don't
real,
believe
Calling
that.
bullshit.
real elephantitis.
I saw videos of real elephantitis, and it
Yeah.
was like a beanbag the guy was sitting on his balls.
The only ones I've
It
ever
did not
seen
look fun.
are the ones that are usually with like
Did not
tribal
look
people,
fun.
and they're sort of disrespectful, and it's usually like
Yeah.
some tribal elder where they didn't
Yeah.
have medicine,
100%.
and is
grotesque.
and it's just like he's sitting on a beanbag chair that is his scrotum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we saw the same video.
It's a medical problem. they
Yeah,
know.
unfortunately.
I don't think any
It's not a
woman
braggable thing,
found it's like elephantitis. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. A lot of being bullied about getting it. Let's say Izzy says, this is fucking crazy. What is so hard of pulling your skin back and revealing a beautiful shiny head? I am all I have to do is pull my skin back and look, I'm uncircumcised. Okay, Izzy, thank you for
you.
that vision.
Well,
He also earlier said he was eating a chicken parm sandwich while listening to a guy get his dick cut. So,
Okay, there you go. Mine's not shiny. I don't.
lunch with Izzy today. chicken
Mine's
parm
not
sandwich.
shinier because I have a foreskin. Is yours shinier?
I mean, I've never really compared it to anybody else, but no, I mean,
I
maybe.
will
Or it's
say
a
maybe.
wet.
You
It's
know,
wet in
yeah,
there.
It's wet?
yeah.
Not
It's
mine.
wetter. Like
It can
mine's
be.
dry like a saddle.
It can be, but you know what I will say is that when I pull my
Purple
skin
head.
back, because my dad taught me the hybrid. We'll end with this. My dad was uncircumcised. I'm uncircumcised, but my dad would pull his skin back so he appeared to be circumcised. And he trained his penis, and my penis is also trained to appear circumcised, but it is uncircumcised. You just pull the skin back, and it just rides at the top. It's like a little hat. Got myself a little
Dick
little
beret.
little necklace. Yeah, a little beret, like what the Girl Scouts wear. Like a little beret.
The one thing I didn't realize is there's a color difference. That was shocking to me. like
Yeah, it's like
between
fresh produce. It's like
circumcising
organic produce versus like the shit that's been gassed in the poison farms.
Yeah.
You know, like a true healthy dick, bright colors, like looks like an electric daisy carnival, like flags and shit.
That
A
was
baseball
shocking.
card that's been in your pocket versus one that's been in a protective sleeve.
Yeah, no, that's true. UV, put that UV coating. You gotta get a little UV coating on there.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. This is disgusting.
All right.
Anybody
dick
want to
talk.
talk about this? My
A lot of
God.
dick talk.
We got good music this week, if I can find it. We've been getting a lot of fun stuff sent to us. This is a cover. The name of the band is The Brixton Riot. They're covering the song Pretty in Pink. You'll know what it is. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOM, the letter N, D-A-N. Show at tomanddan.com. That's the email address. Ross is up next, and we will be right back. Oh, well, will you look at there? Ginormous big fat butt plug. Who's going to be the lucky recipient of this fine and dandy toy?
Why'd you do the
Santa Claus? But he started running out of gas at the end. Well, hey, even if you're into butt plugs and vibrators and massagers and oils and lingerie and sexual wellness and all that stuff, everything that Fair Villa has been doing for like the last 50 years almost, that's the place to go. And Santa would go there because they have the most stuff. It's all been vetted. A lot of these companies that Fair Villa Megastore works with, they've been working with and have had a relationship with. And I mean a personal relationship, like Deborah, who you hear on the show. First of all, she's nice enough to come in here and put up with you and I acting stupid. Second of all, she's been cultivating relationships with a lot of these vendors for, again, 15 to 20 to 50 years.
Decades.
It's, a very, very, very long time. So you're not getting any junk. And, again, you're talking about a very intimate area of your body. So you don't need any junk. You need the highest quality.
Yep, and if you want to get gifts for your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mom, dad,
Hey, get something for the whole pack of people that you're banging.
They've got a bunch of Black Friday sales, including, this is cool, everything that's black, that's actually the color black, is 10% off in-store only on Black Friday.
So your smaller dildos are full price.
And beginning Black Friday through Cyber Monday, they got the Wii Vibe, the Womanizer, the Arc Wave, the Peugeot, the Fun Factory are all 20% off. A really great deal. Fairvilla.com for your Cyber Monday if you want to just order online, because some of our listeners are not. I mean, they got multiple locations. They got a OBT location, a location Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, location
Key West.
iDrive over on the coast and the Space Coast. So if you're not near there, go to Fairvilla.com.
But just do it, man. And they're super sweet people, really nice people. Now, for instance, right now you might be wanting the Womanizer. Well, they're telling you in the ad, because I've had a lot of people email me, hey, what's that thing you're talking about, Daniel? It's called a Womanizer.
Yeah.
They make a black one. You can get 10% off, and I guarantee this is something I've used, and you will love it. It's FairVillaMegastore.com.
And remember, Cyber Monday, for all orders over $40, free shipping.
Long ending on this one. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha here, Butler here. How are we doing on fish? Have you seen the new fish?
I have seen the new fish.
The one that's got the frog face.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's
like
very,
a
very
shark.
cool. Yeah, it's crazy looking.
I like the surprise of new fish.
Fish. I do like the surprise of new fish as well, although I just wish that they weren't afraid of us. You know, like...
Yeah,
it's not good. Let's do this thing now. Volume's too low. Hold on. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. Hold on. I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to hit the button again. It didn't work.
Button. Who's got the
You know what? Fuck it. Here's Ross.
Ross's News, brought to you by the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy. Find it anywhere podcasts are heard. Also, injured on the go, just call Mo.
Yeah, if you are injured on the go, call Mo. And the easiest thing to do, because Apple always changes their subscription techniques, find the plus button for when you find Ross's show and click that, and then you will be notified and it will download the latest episode. Who's on the latest episode, Ross?
Actually, I'm recording later today with a guy you guys just talked with. Man, I beat in a foot race one time, Buckethead.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
And I don't know, you guys may not know this. Bart went to college with him. So I got a couple of stories for that all racked up. That's going to be fun. And then we are tracking down the elusive SBK still. We are right on the brink of booking that. It is like
cool.
So close.
Yeah, that'll be fun, man.
Hard to get a hold of.
Very hard.
Kevin,
busy man.
Very hard. I got an email back from him from an email I sent him pre-pandemic.
He obviously has free time at certain times, and he tries to get shit done. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate him trying to work us in.
Yeah, man, that's going to be awesome. Well, those are fun things to look forward to. Anything else going on in your world, or you want to dig into news?
No, we just wrapped up all the inside construction here, so we're happy with that. We got the windows and doors in, Dan.
Nice.
Man, from a sound perspective, Dan, it's fucking crazy. My house is like a tomb now. It's so quiet.
Yeah, I too had, it was like when we got carpet in a room that had no carpet. And when I would walk in there, I'd be like, well, this is a lot more pleasing in here because not everything's bouncing around.
Also, windows and doors, more expensive than you think.
Oh,
yeah. I feel like if someone didn't know anything and you just asked them, how much to replace all the windows and doors in your house, I feel like people would be like, man, I don't know, $3,800 or something. They're like, no, I'm sorry that is incorrect. It is $28,000. And you're like, God, why? You're like, oh, my God.
We've been paying our mortgage 20 years, refied once or twice, and we had a pretty good chunk of equity, and a good third of it went to windows and doors only. A good third of it. And I wasn't that surprised because to me, windows are magic. I've read Little House on the Prairie. Back in the day, to have a little sheet of glass in your house is a fucking king-like luxury. So I understand windows are hard. When they separated how much the doors cost, I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? What are the hinges made out of? Dragon fucking bone? The door aspect, unbelievable.
Well, I replaced windows. I've only replaced windows in one home that I have. And then the girl I was dating at the time, her dad comes over and he's like, oh, did you get new windows? He's like, yeah, why'd you get the single pane? These are cheap-ass windows. I'm like, what what am I supposed to...
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I just had them replaced, and he's already like, well, these are shit.
Enough,
and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Someone in our chat room, Ross, just said 17 windows. Anybody want to throw out a number? If you read it, don't...
I did read it.
17 windows. They got... Ross, do you want to take first crack? 17 windows.
I think we did 15, and so with that in mind, just the windows... I couldn't.
He said 17 windows, $30,000. I'm like, well, then fuck windows. Then we're boarding them up.
Yeah. My buddy down in Miami told me
hurricane safe.
So 40, hurricane, and then they're like, oh well, these windows are good because they have their double pane with gas in between. I'm like, gas? What is there
gas in my windows?
Ross, I'm sorry, you lit the fuse.
Give me the standard.
You lit the window fuse, but I got to tell you something. I've been through a lot of hurricanes, and I've never had hurricane-rated windows, and they're never had one blown out. Never had anything break.
True.
I've never had any problem with just regular. Hey, did that Italian got Charlie? If you're listening to the girl I used to date, fuck you. Those windows are fine.
Yeah, you don't need that shit. In fact,
again, when we got the door prices, it was one price for door and another price for hurricane rated door. And it was $1 million extra.
That's all. That's a goddamn scam.
Yeah, it's all marketing.
Dude, I went through one of the worst hurricanes that hit Florida as a kid. It killed my dad and my step grandfather. I'm just telling you, reminding everybody how.
I remember.
And I remember when I was a kid, there were certain friends and family that did have blown out windows from Andrew or whatever, but it was a couple from one side of the house, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a family in Homestead and their entire house is leveled, so fuck the windows. It was an atomic bomb. It leveled every house. So the windows didn't matter at that point, but it's shit, I'll take the $18,000 cheaper on the windows and not make them hurricane rated, and then every once in 10 years, maybe a hurricane blows one of them out. I don't need hurricane rated windows. It seems like a scam. And then
let me remind you, it was during a hurricane that I think I first saw the rats in Rat House in the window, and the hurricane was blowing. And I, in an attempt to make the rats like run around, tapped the window with a twig, and it shattered. So.
Yeah. Well, don't tap my windows. Just leave them be.
You know what they say?
Leave them be.
They say don't go tapping.
All right, Ross, what do you got?
Don't go.
All right, we got we got an active criminal we're looking for. If you're in and around New York City, we got a lady at the Bronx Zoo, serial offender. She's apparently getting into a fenced-in area and harassing lions from across a moat.
Oh, man.
Pussy.
They have video of this lady. She's wearing a red dress. And if you know lions at all, this is like using the N-word. She has a leopard print shawl on.
God damn it. She don't even have her cats correct.
Ross, do you think it's like, we talked about this before, like your urge to jump off a cruise ship or over a building or in front of or drive off a bridge or whatever? Do you think that the crazy people... Like, because with a lion enclosure or wherever, like, you see you're at the zoo and you're like, man, what if I jumped in there? You think about that crazy, and then the crazy people do it? Because this happens remember that, like a homeless man was killed by a killer whale? Yeah. And then, like, every once in a while, some lady will jump in, like a gorilla pit, and then it'll, rip her butt ass off.
You know what I just realized is that story with the homeless man killed by the killer whale at SeaWorld. What's interesting about that is if you made the headline "homeless man killed by whale," everybody'd be like, "How the hell did that?" Right? It sounds insane.
Yeah,
is a homeless man killed by a whale? That's crazy, but.
Yeah, he just wandered in there, jumped the fence, jumped in the tank.
He got nude, remember?
Yeah. They're always nude.
The whale bit is
killed them good.
Homeless man killed by whale. One of them is somewhere where they have no business being.
Right.
So, at a certain point, do you just let the animals rip her to shreds? Because you're like, hey, you keep going in there, we're just going to let it happen.
Okay.
I feel like the Bronx Zoo, you got a 3 strikes policy that's 2 times now. And you tell me if this lady's crazy or not, Tom. What she does is she sneaks into the fence, she gets across the moat, and she talks to the lions. She shows them some roses, and she throws money at them.
Nah,
well, this sounds oddly similar to the woman who would visit, like, Sir Arthur, who would visit, like, some weird gravesite. You know what I'm talking about? Like, isn't this like a sighting? They're like the lady in the red dress who throws flowers and irritates the lions. It's very much like...
Yeah. It's like, is it Edgar Allan Poe or somebody who leaves a rose on his grave every year at his birthday or something like that?
Yeah, it's weird. That was the first thing I thought of when you were talking about this story. The first thing I thought of is, like, why, if you're going to do this, and you're going to do it a lot, would you wear red and leopard? What are you, dressed like Cruella de Vil, which, like, everybody sees you, right? It's like a weird thing. You want the attention, I would imagine, right?
Also, the lions are less dangerous than we think, because I've always assumed that, if you jump...
male lions are very lazy.
Yeah, they'll immediately attack you, but they're more confused by the fact that, like, what is a human doing here? They don't immediately usually attack the crazy person like we all think.
Also, most animal, refuges or zoos put their lions in the freezer for 30 minutes before they put them on property to chill them and make them more calm.
So what kind of crime is it? Like just a trespassing type of deal?
Let's see what they're trying to try. Well, first of all, they haven't caught her, but yeah, she is wanted for trespassing.
Oh, she got back out and ran away?
Yeah. Multiple times. She's gotten away with it twice now.
Yeah.
Twice now she's gone into the Bronx Zoo in a fucking leopard print shawl.
In a red dress.
Blonde wig.
Doesn't someone like, hey, there's a crazy lady in there. Get her.
Get her. It's Carmen Sandiego. Get her.
But isn't this what happened with Harambe, where the crazy person got in there? Or
was that a little boy that fell in?
Oh, a little boy fell in, and then they shot. Don't they usually call some sort of zoo official? They come with a gun.
Look, everyone's short-staffed right now, buddy.
I don't think she's actually made it into the lion enclosure. She's just on the other side of the
moat.
The moat.
Yeah. But aren't the other people that are there at the zoo
hey, it's her again?
Yeah,
stop doing that.
Don't they alert?
She's bending over and smacking her ass in front of the lion. This is nuts.
The video they have is a cell phone video of her.
Weird.
Yeah, so she has an accomplice that's taking the video.
Yeah.
Or it was somebody just standing there, I think, Sam, maybe.
Yeah, but like they're
I
saying,
like the
like
accomplice.
other zoo visitors, don't they yell like, "Hey, go get someone"? Like,
She's here. She's here. Get her.
she's getting out. Stop
Getting away. Her wig fell off.
No, this is 2021. They yell, "Get out your fucking phone!" That lady's climbing over the lion.
Yeah, we do get a lot of that.
It's so fucking sad.
Fucking media's gonna buy this shit for so much money, dude.
Just yesterday, I saw some homeless guy seizing out, and I was just filming him good. I was just standing there the whole time.
It's kind of related, but anybody watched any of the second season of Lion King?
I've watched
or
about an
Tiger
episode
King?
and a half.
I heard Busey's in it.
Busey's in the first episode,
I heard that the new guy in it, like the new villain, is this guy.
Well, he was in the last season too.
But it's like he's way worse. I heard. Like they made when you dig into this guy, you're like, wow, this guy's probably worse than old Joe Exotic.
Dude, good publicity for Busey, right? Like, how many millions of people will watch this worldwide? Like 100 million, right?
Yeah, but do you want to watch him pee in a midget's butt?
Well, that's a whole different question.
Right.
But
you need to get them to sign up for the Snapchat, right? You want them to log in.
But as far as
if you like Tiger King, you're gonna wait till you see me shooting this flamethrower.
I mean, even if he got 0.02% of people to even look up Busey after it, like pretty good press for him.
He just did his Veterans Day celebration.
Yes.
And I'm sure you guys know he has this lady come in and give blowjobs to veterans for Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wanted me to plug that.
They were talking about it on Instagram, and they revealed this fun fact, which like amused and depressed me both greatly at the same time. Veterans Day, she's married, and Veterans Day is their anniversary.
Yes.
So every year on their marriage anniversary, she goes to Busey's fucking swamp farm and sucks like 25 veterans' dicks.
Yeah. Do you know who it is? Her name is Jenny Jizz. Her anniversary with her husband, and his name's out there. It's like Armando. Like, you'll see, she'll be like,
well, I'm sure he's cool with it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Armando. Look, I read this. Ross and I must have the same algorithm because I flipped up and it's like,
does Busey
Jenny
pay her for this?
Yes,
Or does she do it out of the kindness of her own heart?
I think
like promo fee.
Maybe a promo fee, but she does do it out of the kindness of her heart. She is pro-military, pro-veteran, and she has her husband, Armando, and it's like, we celebrated 25 years today, and I can think of nothing I would rather do than to suck these good military dicks. Like, hats off, you know? Like,
like what she's doing the Lord's work here.
Yes.
But I would, if I was Jenny Jizz, like
Jenny Jizz.
I would be like, well, did you see any action? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you just...
Oh, you'd say...
Yeah, like my buddy the Grizz, like he went and
what about a lick?
he didn't even shoot his gun.
I don't know how far you're going. What about a lick if you're in the military?
Right,
and then,
she is.
Like, were you in the Coast Guard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, I want you to have seen action, to have shot your gun at some terrorist or done kick some doors down.
Yeah, but
that deserves a dick sucking.
Okay,
but
at least a finger in the butt.
It does, but then you are going to get the gentlemen who have been disfigured. You're going to get the men and women that are hurt and have been sitting on a wheelchair all day. And I'm just saying that when you raise your standard of what you'll suck, you're going to have to do some boot camp, if you know what I mean.
All right. Next story, Ross.
All right, it's Bird Wednesday, Florida news. We got a Florida lawmaker. Do you know what the state bird is, Tom?
I do.
Florida state bird.
I just found one in my backyard like 6 months ago that got fucked up by a cat, and there's a real cool wildlife rescue took it in.
Yeah. It's the fentanyl eagle. Everyone knows that.
Is it some sort of swallow or something?
It's a mockingbird.
It's the northern mockingbird.
It's a mockingbird.
Okay.
And so they want to change it. There's a lot of birds up for debate. Of course, the flamingo.
Perfect.
The big four, I think, are the flamingo, the scrub jay, and the osprey, and this thing called the roseate spoonbill.
I would go either flamingo or roseate spoonbill.
Yeah, spoonbill.
But flamingo's dope. Like, who wouldn't want, like, that's right? That's like,
an ibis.
That
that's a
seems like
flashy-ass bird, man.
Yeah.
Florida, we're Florida, we're open, baby. Look at this guy. He's long, he likes to party, he's always got sunglasses on, bird eyes, bam.
old people. I mean, the stereotype is they put the plastic flammingo in front of their place in the villages.
Look,
like, it makes more sense.
I don't know who you are, I don't care who you are, but most people like flamingos. Like,
Now, you guys are going to be startled, but this has been made political. Okay, the Florida scrub jay is the only one up. It's the only bird that is like entirely native to Florida, right? So that one's getting a big push. But then your independent, your right wingy types are like, well, the Florida scrub jay though is endangered, and it subsides on federal funds. It needs federal funding even to stay alive. We don't need a bird that's sucking off the federal teeth.
okay, hold on a second. All right. They got me. I'm on board. All right, that's an excellent point.
Scrub jay
And so
asking
those
for
guys are-
handouts.
Those guys are pushing more flamingo, and but personally, I like the roseate spoonbill, Dan, because it's basically like a fucking flamingo. So we get the flamingo of it all. But then when out-of-staters say our state bird is a flamingo, we could be like, actually, it's the roseate.
And that's fun.
Actually.
And that's fun to do. You know,
Yes.
it's fun to correct people and show them how stupid
Yes.
they are. So, you know what? I vote for that one. The spoonbill gets it.
What about the ibis? Is that
That would be a great one. Ibis is a
the
beautiful
ibis.
bird. You know
Your,
what?
UM's
tier
the
birds
mascot.
that are being kicked around are the white ibis, the swallow-tailed kite, which is a cool fucking bird.
That is a cool
really cool.
bird.
Yep. Those are very cool. In fact, you know what? You know that bird, we see it in Florida. Also in the Dominican Republic, you see variations of it. So I would sit on my balcony, high as hell in the Dominican Republic, just look at all these crazy birds flying around.
I'm not to brag, but I'm about 9/10 of the way through the North American Field Guide to Birds right now, and I'm still dumb, but now I notice all kinds of weird, different shit about birds. It makes you like notice they all have faces. First of all, they all have like either plain face or like a white face, and then markings, and then different underwing markings, and foot shape, beak shape, all kinds of weird shit.
I like that.
How long do like the general wild bird? How long does it live?
That's a great question because we found out today, and through your connection with birds, that
parrots,
a macaw, an African gray, a cockatiel, they can live for
70 years.
70 years.
You know what? The fucking North American Field Guide has all kinds of information, Tom, and I am now angry that it doesn't have average lifespan in there because that is a crucial bit of information.
I think we've talked about this on Bird Wednesday before. We've
Yeah.
gone over
I don't
bird
remember ever
lives and-
covering.
I think we did look up like Publix dove or something.
public stuff.
like a
That was
regular
Tom's description.
Publix brown bird. Well, I think they
They
live.
got new subs I haven't tried yet.
I think it's sub 20 years, but I think it's more than 10. I think it's somewhere in that range.
That's
like a
pretty
dog
good,
or
though,
something.
right?
Seagulls were like 3 to 5, wasn't there something crazy?
Oh,
like
but
Or is this-
seagulls living that homeless man life. Like a seagull is a homeless human beach homeless man. Right? Like when I see them, they're interchangeable. What else you got, Ross?
All right, Tom, anytime some good Miami news comes up, I want to kick it to you. This is there's a house for sale in Miami right now. It used to be Madonna's. All right. The family of the current owner bought it from Madonna like 20 years ago for $7.5 million. Right now, they're selling it for $31.75 million. Tuscan style villa, view of Biscayne Bay.
On Star Island. Yeah.
The only weird part about it is that the owner who is selling it right now is named Gunther the German Shepherd.
So that's his legal name?
Nope, it's an actual dog.
Okay. So
It is
it's a
an
dog.
actual German Shepherd.
Oh, I love you, Miami.
Dog is the grand dog of a dog named Gunther the Third, who was lucky enough to be the dog alive when German Countess Carlotta Liebenstein died in 1992. She left a lot of fucking money to her dog, and so the way that works out is there's a trust that runs this dog, and I guess lets it fuck and have other dogs, and then they designate an heir, and then they run that dog around in its own private fucking jet. This property in Miami is just like the dog dabbles in real estate. Its main house is in Tuscany, Italy, and this dog has pets. This dog lives with another dog and like 6 cats. It has a chef that cooks for it.
Yep.
private jet, workout trainer, and it sleeps right currently now in Madonna's old bedroom in this mansion in Miami.
Now,
Good for Gunther.
It seems like the greatest, because, like, think about the person that's in charge of taking care of the dog reaps all the benefits, right? So it's like some human or team of humans live at the mansion.
But then they're like, no, this is Gunther.
yeah. Like, I wonder if there's any sort of...
described as a group of handlers.
Can I do that with my pee-pee dogs?
Yeah.
Can I make them like this is their, and I'm just like, look, I'm just here to assist them, make sure they go pee pee.
Well, what's
Give
interesting,
them some rotten food for their rotten teeth,
is that obviously a dog is viewed in the law world as just a person's property, right? So, but
Not if it's a canine.
what do you mean?
It's an actual police officer.
Well,
okay, got
You know
it.
what I mean?
still,
Like they align it as if it's almost like a human being.
it doesn't have any human legal rights when it comes to money or property or whatever. But the trust does. That
Right.
so the trust owns everything, and whoever's in charge of the
So if that
the
dog
executor.
bit somebody, could someone go after that trust?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah.
you could.
It's the trust is the legal entity of this entire all the money and whatever. So the trust lives itself like the trust owns the properties, the trust owns the jet, and the trust has the instructions on how to take care of the dog, and the trust sets an executor to be in charge of all this,
Right.
and that person is the person that's reaping all the benefits, unless it's just employees. But someone's living at the house, right? Enjoying the mansion and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's people leeching off this dog 100%. And you're exactly right. It's a trust, but like as opposed to, Carnegie or Rockefeller or one of these guys that set up a trust, with the
Rothschilds.
with the prize and the Nobel. They set up these trusts to like do something in the world. Carnegie put libraries in every fucking city in America.
Sure.
Nobel to encourage people to write and be scientific and stuff. This lady set up a trust. Keep my dog alive and fucking. And then when I had pick the best looking puppy, and then that one, have it fuck, and then fly around the fucking world on a jet.
So it keeps going with the
I support
descendants of the dog.
I don't know why I do, but I support
This
it.
is a
It's so
great
stupid.
weirdo loophole.
Yeah, I'm okay
Like,
with
How
it.
much money do you think this trust is responsible for right now? Go ahead, give me a guess on the trust.
Well, if it bought Madonna's old mansion, I'm guessing
On a whim, it sounds like.
Was this person just a crazy, eccentric, rich person that made his money through real estate
do we
or
have
some
some
land?
background on this person? Were they a breeder? It would make more sense. Okay, what if he boiled it down and it was just like some crazy like Mr. Hart's or Billy Purina? Like if it were something like that, would you feel like it's less weird because it was just like, oh no, they were so enmeshed in dog world that of course they
Like,
had
that's
a
how they
crazy
made their
dog.
money? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess so.
of course this was their last dying wish. It's a whimsical tale and it keeps the positivity of our canines, our four-legged friends. That people do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where they're like, this is just a feel-good story. I'm just doing it for humanity.
Although it is,
And then everybody goes, that money could go to charity. That's the thing I see with everybody has money. Elon Musk, he sold all of his stock. Oh, no, you stop world hunger, do this. It's like nobody will ever do that. You're an idiot. That's not going to happen. They're going to put the dog in the mansion. They're not going to save you if you're hungry.
And that's the problem too. It's like if there was a specific thing that could be solved, but we all know that it just goes and eventually just gets depleted. It's like, oh, we lost. It's gone because that's what happens. And it's like, all right, well, did you solve the problem? Like, no. It's more complicated than just throwing.
Yeah. Turns out it was extremely complicated. We wasted all the money being complicated.
Yeah. You can't just throw $10 billion doesn't solve it forever. Like it defeats some people, but that runs out.
All right. What else you got, Ross?
Did you want the name? The German Countess Carlotta Liebenstein.
That's a great name. That's like a Despicable Me villain.
Yeah. A countess.
And is there anything in the story about how the German Countess made their money?
No, but presumably the family made it through the 1940s with it. So, make your own rush to judgments.
Yeah. A lot of that is old school, like
old ass money,
old German royalty money. Yeah.
You bought some sort of land in the 1800s that cost, $100 nowadays, and it's worth billions. And then the city bought it from them, and there's some money. Like a lot of this old school family money.
Like my family is very new, right? Like we're not an old, we're not rich, and most of us are dead. Right? But I always wanted to be one of those people that are like, yeah, my family's been making cheese for 1,000 years. Like me, like when you have that's cool, I think. When
of course it's cool. But you don't have to worry about it.
I'm not talking about the rich thing. I'm just talking about the history.
Oh, okay.
Like my family is just a blip. It's like, boop, and that's it. There's not really any history. I'm making the most history because I'm recording everything that I say. They should actually be happy that this dentist is actually putting some stuff on tape for posterity. The rest of y'all are lazy, you dentists.
Do you think the guy at the 800-year-old cheese farm, though, feels like just trapped by cheese, though?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure, yeah.
Shackled to it. Shackled to cheese.
But that family wealth, hard to be motivated.
It doesn't have to be wealth to me, though. I'll give you a good real world example. Morris Family Farms. I like that. I want that.
Some generational thing.
As the owner of Al Capone's Stairs, tell us what it's like, Tom.
The more and more I'm doubting the story.
They're there.
Yeah. Something was there.
Yeah, something was
in the middle of the Everglades. Yeah. What was it? Who was out there?
But it was stairs and gangsters and guns. Something nefarious guns, gangsters.
Because to build some ornate cement stairs, like everybody else out there, all the other rednecks, they just had some,
like a wooden ladder.
Just some manufactured housing or like some trailers that they put on some property. Like no one's building some ornate, cement stairs to some sort. It looked like a mansion. It's something.
Say the words ornate cement stairs again to yourself.
Right.
Next story, Ross.
All right. We don't usually get political, but we'll real quick talk about the $1.9 trillion social spending bill passed. We're only going to talk about this one notable thing to me. This guy broke the record for a speech on the House floor, previously held by Nancy Pelosi. 2018, spoke for 8 hours and 7 minutes. This guy, Thursday morning, spoke for 8 hours and 32 minutes, longest ever on the House floor. Topics ranging from COVID-19 booster shots, China, George Washington crossing the Delaware River, and how baby carrots are made.
That's an interesting fact. Somebody told me that baby carrots are just shaved down regular carrots.
Yeah.
And it made me angry.
It makes me the most mad that we're wasting our goddamn time. It's just like, what the fuck are we? What are you doing?
It's a waste.
Like a bunch of adults and this guy's doing the thing because of some loophole. You can talk for a long time until the voting day is over, so no one is holding up shit. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
we just had a story about a dog that's a fucking millionaire that can hold on to this wealth.
I support that one.
And get personal chefs to cook him breakfast.
But that's an individual doing wasting their own fucking money. That's fine, whatever. But I'm talking about the government. No. Get your shit together. Like, don't let people do this shit. Yeah, I know, and I know it's all part of the process or whatever, but someone should just stand up and be like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, look around. Like, we're all adults here. This guy's talking about carrots. Why are you wasting a goddamn time?
Shut up, carrot man.
We need to get shit done. Anyway.
I'm going to live with a dog. Carrots, good day.
It makes me so mad. I'm like, why are we doing this?
I don't know which way to go because I got one more quick political story, but I got one that's going to make Tom old man yell, and he's on an old man rant right now.
He's pop crazy.
Let's go. Let's make it a 3-peat.
Let's just go with that. All right. Dateline Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. They just passed an ordinance. It's going to take effect in January. From now on, all 100% of Ann Arbor public restrooms need to have soap, toilet paper, menstrual napkins, and tampons.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Whatever you need when you're in there.
Every single bathroom, male and female, unisex, child changing room has to have soap, toilet paper, menstrual pads, and tampons.
Basic bathroom needs.
Who's going to use a free bathroom tampon?
I would.
You would?
Hell yeah.
Have you seen what people do to public bathrooms?
I'm not going to use it as a tampon. I'm going to use it for something else. I'm going to use it to wipe up some barbecue sauce I got on my shoes.
I thought that you were talking like they'd have them available on like the sink, like
they're in wrap.
It's in a machine. Oh, you mean it's like no spray, no lay? Like the attendant's going to hand you a tampon when you walk?
I don't know how they dispense them. That makes more sense.
Right now, you got to pay like 50 cents. Which, by the way, who carries around quarters? So if you don't have a tampon on you, you got to find 2 quarters to put in this goddamn machine.
You know what's weird is that, oddly enough, my wife does carry quarters, but she carries them the same place she carries the tampon.
I feel like Ann Arbor, Michigan is going to be bankrupted by like 10-year-old to 15-year-old boys stealing all the tampons and menstrual pads from boys' restrooms and just fucking around with them.
Yeah, I need these for the bus. I'm going to throw them at people. That's what you do with tampons. When you're a little kid and you don't know what a tampon's truly used for, you just get one, you take off the applicator, and you throw it at boys on the bus.
Dude, you take a menstrual pad, you lay it out, and you fucking pour a pitcher of water onto it. It turns into a big, mushy sponge that you can throw the whole length of the bus, Dan.
I actually use those to wash my car. You put your hand in it. It's like nature's mitt.
It does seem like a lot of money for probably a small percentage of society that would need that,
Well, here's my thing when they do things like this to try and like infuriate you and make you mad one way or the other. There's a simple way to solve this. If you're saying that like non-binary people or people that are on the spectrum of sexuality need tampons, okay, that's fine. When you have 2 doors that are outside, one man, one female, put the dispenser between the 2 and allow them to get it before they go in, and then go fuck yourself. It's fine. I don't understand why we have to.
You could have just bought one and put it on the door.
Put it in the middle and say like, "Hey, everybody, if you need it, get it." But why do they have to? You're only doing that to make people infuriate. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're doing the extra step just to piss people off. Just try to be cool with everybody. Jesus. So there's my solution.
All right, you guys, back to politics real quick. You remember FBR was in a wheelchair and he went to great lengths to hide it? That was like the time and place when we wanted to like conceal our weaknesses and enhance our strengths to the enemy or whoever that was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, today we learned that Kamala Harris became the first woman to be given presidential power in America today because Joe Biden had to undergo his first, as president, colonoscopy.
Never had one. I've never had one.
I don't think Putin should know that.
Yeah, it feels like you could just do that and then not tell
Do you have to be put under for that?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
You do.
I didn't think you had to.
Yeah, they put you under, and then they.
Who was that did that on like the news? They did like a live one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What was her name? Katie Couric? Was that who did it?
I think it was Katie Couric.
She was awake during it.
There's difference between a colonoscopy and a cleanse. The cleanse,
colonic.
They stick that water up your ass and they fill your I guess.
So what's the colonoscopy?
Colonoscopy. They put a camera up your ass, but they put it up.
I think there was a camera up her ass on the news. I think that was the whole bit.
Maybe they will be placed under anesthesia, Sam.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
interesting.
I know for a standard colonoscopy.
So circumcision, colonoscopy, under anesthesia. Right.
But I think that theoretic or traditionally rather, they always say whenever a president's going under or something like that. Well,
that's why I asked because I didn't realize you had to be put under. For that.
When any of them would be that would make the news. But I'm kind of with you guys. It's like you don't need to talk about that. Just go get.
But it made history for the first time.
Right, a woman
had presidential power, which is cool. Like
it's very cool.
I mean, anytime you
how nuts is that? It took that long.
Yeah.
Circumcision, Sam, by the way, not under anesthesia. That when they did my oldest son, that he was fully awake.
Wait, how old was he though?
Fucking 2 days.
Okay, we just talked to a guy that got it done when he was 15, and they put him under. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, and I can only imagine that's only going to get worse because I do know guys that got it in their 30, and imagine if I got it now at 45.
Why would you? Unless you absolutely had
Because
to.
like this chest tattoo this chest piece, my God, like I told them, I was like, I've never felt anything like this before. I'm covered in tattoos, not like this. I'm old now, and when you get it done now, it's terrible. It's like it made me want to cry.
I thought you were supposed to get like tougher as
No,
you
you don't. You get weaker and more baby-like.
Next story, Ross.
All right. 2 American tourists in Rome. The BBC is writing this up like they got fucking beat up by the cops or something. They snuck into the Colosseum and had a beer. So, like, you know, like where the ruins of the Colosseum in Rome, famous. They decided to sneak and have a beer, got caught, got busted. $900 fine, dude. That's it. I feel like that's
Totally
almost
worth it.
worth the excursion, right? That is 100% worth it.
I think you're right, because at St. Augustine, at the fort where I got caught drinking, we were told we could go to federal prison.
Well, they had gotten away with it, too. They broke into the Coliseum, and they got busted after they had left, which is pretty cool. So they actually got away with it.
Dude, so they were in there for a while just
They had
chilling.
a beer, and they actually went to where the original people kind of stood at and everything. It was really cool.
That's
I read that
dope.
article.
I mean,
If it's only $900, I think, I think
well worth it.
You do it, and then you just,
although, could you have do they serve beer? I've never been there, but could you get a beer and go into the Coliseum and drink it while you're on the tour?
I don't.
Well, probably not, but at this point, it was just shut down. You're not allowed in there overnight at all. And so they snuck in.
No, I think
Well,
what Tom's saying is like in Europe, you can have beer a lot of places.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you were the only people, that have ever had a beer on that site, it's worth it because then you're like, we had a beer at the Coliseum.
Correct.
No one else. But if the general public on normal tourist days can get the beer outside and then drink it through
Then it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, then it's like, well, tens of thousands of other people had beers at the Coliseum. Now I understand
You want it to be
you're
a
there
big
by
deal.
yourself.
Yeah.
But it still costs you $900. To me, it's like you didn't really do anything that is special.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's like getting married when you're scuba diving. See, that's special. You know what I mean?
Now, think of something special and sacred to your heart, though, Tom. Imagine, as a punk teen, you put a can of warm Bud Light into your side pocket, and you snuck into the Nitro Circus after they were closed, and you went to the ramp that Travis Pastrana wiped out on that night, and you had a beer while nobody was around.
That's pretty cool.
No,
And I could totally see you doing
I could have
that.
easily done that in Daytona. No problem. I've done that. I mean, they as the people
you
that
can
were
do
working the
anything at
event.
Daytona. You can pee in people's mouths. It's fine.
I read a similar article where so it was $900 if they broke in, but there was a German tourist a couple years ago who was in the Coliseum, carved a letter K in there for her initial $32,000 fine.
That they
don't fuck around with that. So if you disface it, any of that stuff, the fines are through the fucking roof.
This reminds me of the senator that old crackhead burned down.
Well, it just got me thinking. What's the coolest place to have a beer? Like
the moon.
If you
beer on the moon.
Yeah, beer.
There you go. Beer on the moon's pretty
beer on the
dope.
moon. then-
No one's done it, right?
Dude,
No,
beer on the moon.
They've only been once. They didn't bring beer. So.
Now, where's the
top of
coolest
Giza?
place in Orlando to have a beer that we can do? Got to be something crazy.
Yeah.
You think we
There
could have...
was a technical award. There was a guy that snuck a corned beef sandwich into space one time.
That's
Gross.
dope. That's dope. I love corned beef.
Ugh.
What about beer, scuba diving in the Living Seas Aquarium at Epcot?
Well, you can't unless you had one of those. I don't even. Well,
You need that head.
Yeah, the
And you need a beer
old-timey-
in there, and then you're gonna try
You need a straw. Yeah. Hard
Too
to do
complicated.
scuba diving.
A beer on the top of the Epcot ball.
Oh.
This is a throwback. I don't think this has been done since the 70s, but it was big on TV when we were kids. They don't show people the inside of Fort Knox anymore. I want to break into Fort Knox.
Oh, God. Beer in Fort Knox. That's cool.
You know,
do that, yeah.
Ross, you're touching on something, man. You just made the old man inside of me tingle. Kids will not know in cartoons what it's like to have a Fort Knox reference. And the gold, and then it's as airtight as Fort Knox. That's a thing that I grew up with because I'm old as fuck. But kids don't even know those references anymore. They don't even know what Fort Knox is.
No, why would they? Gold. Who needs gold? I have Bitcoin.
That's just a color that Lil Nas X wears.
Yeah.
He wears a lot of gold. Yes, I know what the color of gold is, Dad.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking the metal. Nah, I don't know what that is.
I feel like there's got to be a quintessential place that would be cool to have a beer
Grand
at.
Canyon.
I feel like everybody's done that. Like somewhere where you're not allowed to, and then you go in.
Sitting in Lincoln's lap. At the Lincoln Memorial. You're sitting in his lap. He's huge. You got an ice cold beer.
Can you climb up there?
You could. Well, not without being tased.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And some people ruin that, I feel. Hard to climb things in D.C. now.
It used to be a slap on the wrist.
I feel like it's pretty easy.
Well, not now. Yeah. They got the fences.
When they had the barricade guys there, hey, come on in. Sit in his lap. I don't give a fuck.
Now you start climbing shit, they get madman.
Yeah, you got a rubber bullet.
Any
or
mosque,
love handles.
right? Because you're not allowed to drink at all.
Yeah, but that's just disrespectful.
Yeah, but he starts trying to do anything weird in a mosque. And
I don't think it's if you're there to celebrate. If I'm just sitting in Lincoln's arms and I'm like, you know what, man, I love being American and I love Abraham Lincoln as much as Obama did, and I'm drinking the beer, then I don't think that's disrespectful.
Yeah. You're not hurting anything.
No, I'm not
or
pouring it on his
defacing
head. I'm not
just
shitting on him.
Having a beer.
Yeah,
with Lincoln.
Now, what if you went to the tomb of the unknown soldier?
Oh.
You don't drink a beer. You pour one out for the unknown soldier. Technically, that's respectful, but that guy's still going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, not good to do that. They don't like that.
Next story, Ross. You got any more?
They opened up this year. You guys remember last year, New Year's, New York City? They only let like 5 nurses in the Times Square, and they all had to be in a pod.
Yeah.
This year they say, game the fuck on. Times Square's open for New Year's. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And this is New York, man. I feel like they've been tight asses the whole time, so they're loosening up a little bit. Meanwhile, Austria, they're fucking mandatory vaccines, another lockdown, and we know, when Austria gets like that, it's always good.
Yeah, I saw that. It seemingly go into
get your vaccine.
Get
the vaccine now.
Other parts of the world are like slow as far as like they have the same reaction that we had, but like 6 months ago or 4 months ago, where it's like so it's heating up and it goes down.
Just now watching Tiger King the first season, and we're like, I know, right?
But it's like then you will see stuff happen before us, and it'll happen to us, and it'll happen to someone else. Like it's weird with this whole pandemic where like the same things are happening, but are at different timelines in different places. Like Brazil went through their shit just. Was it before or after we did our hardcore shit? And now we're seeing a slowdown. But we seemingly we are seeing less corona than we were 4 months ago. Even though it's been around us a lot lately, I'm seeing people get it here and there, and like closer than ever before. And it's less than it was 4 months ago, as far as at least the media and the hype and people talking about it. So,
do you and Ross think that this will be the return of the Times Square? I got there early. I want to be a part of New Year's diaper. Because that's what people do. I'm not making a joke. People don't they put the diaper on? They go down there because they're so into the New Year's, and then they get there and they stay there like the whole day pissing their pants. So they can see like Darius Rucker and
there's nobody I would go to see and do that and deal with that shit.
Well, they got
nobody.
And it's everybody, right?
Yeah,
so you got to have like some Dua Lipa on one stage, and you got a country. So you're
sounds like a fucking living hell. Like that would be my hell.
It's
packed in nut to butt with a bunch of fucking strangers. Can't piss.
But I had always heard that you have to wear. I'm no joke.
Well,
I've
there's
always
nowhere to
heard you
pee.
have to wear a diaper, and you have to just accept that you're going to pee your pants a lot.
Why do people do it?
I don't know. Tradition?
That is to hold like your spot. You could leave and go pee, but you're never getting back to where you were.
Right.
Because it's like, all right, there's a free concert, but people they're not going there for that.
I wore a diaper to the Dan Newland concert, the last one, but that was just to keep the champagne out of my pants.
It seems horrible, horrible. In New York, do New Yorkers do it, or is just all tourists?
No, there's no way. Yeah,
I think it's not.
Have you guys talked about this? I didn't have this on the fucking news or anything, but that DaBaby concert with the fucking crushing and all, and I haven't heard anything else about the report of like people being jabbed with needles.
That's
and shit.
Travis Scott.
I was worried.
Yeah. That was Travis Scott's festival.
Oh, I'm sorry, Travis Scott. Yeah.
I think that was a lot of people saying, "Hey, here's something horrible happening, and what we're going to do now is we're going to start spreading wild misinformation."
No, the police came out and said that.
No, but it's wild misinformation. Other people were grabbing it and going, "It's true," and then it just started spreading wild. And the last thing I read that didn't happen.
And also,
that one was the security guard? The
Yeah.
security guard thing was all fabricated?
Yeah, from what I read, the last thing that I read, I could be wrong because this is how fast the news cycles happen now. It was initially reported, people getting jabbed, security, yada, yada, and then they went back later and was like, yeah, this never happened. It was like a really dire crowd crush.
They probably shouldn't have had the cops come out and have a whole statement about it then.
Yeah.
Well, that was fucked up.
He was commenting on a lot of stuff he shouldn't comment on. It was an odd press
But
conference.
also, people could report and fill out reports to anything. You know, they're like, well,
Well,
had
it's coming
reports
from a
of this.
staff member that got
Yeah.
stabbed in the neck. The
Oh,
staff
was
member
like
that
the
worked for the
sheriff-
festival said that he got stabbed in the neck.
By someone who stabbed them
Yes,
with a needle?
with a syringe, yes.
And it was a security guard, too.
Right.
So, like, it was like 2 layers of, like, coppiness to it. So
Right.
it really seemed like an official report, you know?
Who's stabbing someone in the neck with
Right?
a needle just so for what? I remember when I was a kid, there was like this urban legend. That,
Hypodermic needle in the candy?
no, with the needle and the AIDS, and then the note like "you got AIDS." Remember that? You remember hearing that as a kid?
I do remember hearing
It's
the
like-
hypodermic needle. It filled with AIDS.
People are giving people AIDS at
Yeah.
clubs.
And they'll slip you a note. They'll just say, you got AIDS, bro.
It's always laced weed with me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, be careful, that
You're
weed's
mixing
laced.
up the lady. It's like fucking. It's a urban myth version of Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. The lady takes him home from the club and fucks his brains out, and then in the morning he wakes up and she's gone. But on the mirror in lipstick, she wrote, "Congratulations, you've got AIDS."
No, yeah, there
Oh,
was
I
that.
thought it was I stole your kidney.
The kidney.
Oh my
There's all
God.
these urban
Yeah,
legends.
we had
that
all
I-
of these things. So I was, as a kid, I was like, well, if I just stay away from needles and don't go to hotel rooms with women, I'll be fine. Keep my kidneys, won't get AIDS. I was like, that's all I need to do.
My thing though is now that the problem is that idea is out there now. Like, wrong or right, did it happen or not? Now the idea is like, oh, you can go out to a festival, stab a security guard with a needle. That's the thing that happens in this world now, and it's going to happen again. Some asshole going to fucking do it to somebody.
The quote you put in the chat room is hilarious. Is that real?
Yeah, that's official. Yeah.
Can you read that?
So, according to CBS News, it says an Astroworld Festival security guard who was previously thought to have been pricked in the neck during the event, leading authorities to look into possible drug spiking incident, was actually hit in the head. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner clarified on Wednesday.
Weird. He's just like,
So he came out with this information, then it was like, oh no, my bad. He was just hit in the head.
yeah, that's,
Well,
that's like
all
Kick in
types
the
of-
head while
That's
some
not the
kids
same,
crowd
sir.
surfing.
Yeah. I mean, no one's stabbing anybody with a needle.
You
Like,
wouldn't think so.
Someone insane is, but how many insane people are like going and stab? Like it happens. We see it with like
Just
mass
'cause you don't
shootings
have
and
a
shit. Like
fucking crazy Miami friend doesn't mean there's not nut jobs out there, Tom. There's
No.
fucking lunatics on this earth.
I know, but it's rare, right? That's all I'm saying.
This thing though, have you guys ever been in a crowd though, and where you got picked up, where you could feel it moving?
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is
If
scary.
you've ever been in one, you can
I've been
feel
knocked
it.
out before by a crowd surfer.
Oh man, yeah, it's just dangerous. Just be careful out there, yo. You got anything else, Ross, or is that the
Nah, we're
last
good,
one?
guys. We're good. I think that's some news for you.
Beautiful. Hey, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Don't forget Tots with Ross on all your listening devices. Subscribe, like Dan said, and come see me at the Bull and Bush first and third Saturdays. Tomorrow we got a good show for you guys. Really good lineup.
Nice.
And Wednesday night open mic at the Bull and Bush every 9 p.m. at Wednesday nights.
There you go.
Awesome. Thanks, Ross. We appreciate it.
We'll see you, buddy. Have a good weekend.
See ya.
That is Ross live from the art gallery. That's what I call it. I call it the art gallery because his kids are super talented. All right.
Let's take a quick break. We'll do some dump them out.
Uh-oh.
We're long today.
It feels like it, but we're actually
We're
just
only 2
it's-
hours in.
Yeah, it's just normal. It's just normal, but
3
it
hour
does
show.
feel a little long, maybe. Finding music. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna go. No, I already did that one. Cobb, do something because this isn't isn't behaving.
Dance for us.
It turns out we're going to do our BDM Appreciation Week at the beginning of the year because I'm working out with a sponsor right now. So I want to remind everybody that if you do have a BDM subscription, make sure all the information is correct, your address and everything, because how we're going to do this is we're sending a lot of BDM's gifts, and we need to know your correct address.
Yeah,
So-
and you do that at the website. You can't do that on the app or anything.
Yeah,
you have
and
to go on the website.
Yes, and it's easy to do and easy to change on the website.
Yep.
And if Also, check to see if your subscription is current, because a lot of people.
Oh yeah, some of y'all are not current.
Yeah. So and it's no fault. I've
It
done
happens.
it too. Your subscription lapses, you forget you change your credit card, and then so you have to be a current BDM to receive the gifts and all the stuff that were given out for BDM Appreciation Week. And again, if you're not a BDM, you can sign up at tomanddan.com. Easy to do.
I'm trying to track down some super rare items for that particular week. Electronic items,
gotcha.
I'll
Yeah.
say. Things that people can't find that maybe I have access to a buddy who can get us really nice gaming systems.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And we're going to start doing some BDM-only events again next year.
Yep.
So if you are a BDM, you will get invited to those. We got a plan how to do it and how to keep everybody safe. And so we're just pivoting like everybody else.
Yep, we have to do it. This is Carthy. The name of the song is I'm So Broke. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Through the end of the month, I spent my own tech, but it wasn't that much. I work all the time, but
Hollabox Willow Tree Cafe right there in downtown Sanford.
Give me that.
It is
so good.
Famous worldwide because
It is.
when people come here and they want traditional German cuisine, they go to Hollabox.
Yeah.
Because Theo,
They
the
don't go
owner,
to Orlando. They go to Sanford.
Yeah.
You got to
yeah.
go to Sanford. And it's right downtown in historic downtown Sanford. The food, the beers, the people, the atmosphere. The bar upstairs looks like it's all wood.
You haven't seen their renovation. If you haven't been to Hollabox in a while, you have to go and see their gigantic renovation, their rooftop beer garden they have.
It's phenomenal.
They're unbelievable. That side, totally wooden bar that they have that goes up to the rooftop.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. You go to the bar and don't even get... Now, the food is phenomenal. If you go with your family, of course, you're going to want a big meal. But if you
and the
go
kids'
by
meals are great, by the way.
They are.
They have the standard.
They're the
They have
best.
some goldfish, gummy bears, and grilled cheese sandwich. They're like perfect for the kids, and then you can enjoy your delicious German cuisine.
You can get crazy. You can get some schnitzel, get some sausages, get some spatzel, get some... I like sauerkraut. I'm a huge sauerkraut guy. But here's what you do. You go to the bar, that wooden bar, and you order just dessert and a massive beer. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't do dinner. If you're with your family, do dinner. But if you're alone, slip in there for like a sliver of cake and a beer.
And when you're there, ask for Chef Pat. He's a BDM.
He loves this.
But ask your waiter or waitress for a Tom and Dan gummy bear pin. That's me and Daniel's Harbo gummy bears.
Yep.
And that's a way for you to show them that you're listening, and it's free for you. Also, it's this time of year, great for advent calendars.
Stocking stuffer, candies. They've got... What else am I missing? They've got meals, to-go meals. If you're in a rush, but you still want to eat something great, well, you can swing through there and just get something to pop in the oven. Chef Pat apparently loves working, so he's always there. He and his staff are always there putting something awesome together. Spaghetti ice cream, if you want to run the kids through there. It's the best-selling German ice cream made.
So it's Magnolia Square Market right there in Sanford and Hollabox Willow Tree Cafe.
Oh, wow. I got like distracted because that's a good tune, and everybody in the chat room was asking about it, and then I was dancing, and then they were dancing, and then Tom was like, I think maybe even a tiny bit dancing.
No.
Did you
I
get your
missed
drink?
it.
Go get your drink. It's fine. You're the owner of the show. Go get a drink.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, it's fine. That was Demon by featuring Moonchild Sonali from Sad Night Dynamite. That's a lot to say. These kid bands with their dance music, they're hard to say. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
Let's do some Dump 'em Out.
Okay, buddy.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottomics.
Dump 'em Out brought to you by Streamline. StreamlineFlorida.com. If you're looking for a mortgage or a refi, talk to Brian Zyman on his team.
Guess what I did yesterday? I talked to Hillary from Streamline, or actually my wife did, because my wife doesn't. Obviously, you guys know, I buy so many Microsoft Flight Simulating planes that I am not allowed to talk to Brian Zyman.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad with money. We talked to Hillary, and we're doing, we're looking at some things.
Oh, cool.
We're moving some things. Wife has some things she wants to do, and the best thing you can do right now is get a hold of Brian and his team because they can help you take advantage of the market.
Listen, just call them and see if it makes sense because you could get a lower rate. Also, take your mortgage insurance off your monthly payment. Bring it down to a 15-year. That's what I did.
We're going to try to do what you did, and you can explain this better, but I believe what my wife's plan would be is to maybe up it to attempt to pay off sooner. Right?
Yeah. You bring it down to a 15-year mortgage,
Correct.
And you can pay it off. I mean, you save 6 figures of payments over 15 years. Also, maybe you got a bunch of credit card payments, or like you want to pay off your car or whatever. Take some equity out of your house, and you know, do the interest math. If you're paying a bunch of interest, and you could take the equity out of your house and pay all that stuff off, and then your payment only goes up by a small amount.
Butler, get off your phone.
Just a business decision.
Tom is.
He was refining his house with Streamline.com.
I don't think he was, but I thought that was highly fucking disrespectful.
No.
You have an owner.
I don't.
You have an owner, and you motherfuckers over here playing Pikmin Bloom.
StreamlineFlorida.com. What do we got first?
All right. Well, what about PP dogs ruining Dan's carpet?
It's happening. Call at Home Floor Store. Get adjusted on the line. I'll pull it up. The carpet that I just put in is not even a year and a half old. 2 years. Maybe it's 2 years. I've pandemic brain. Maybe it might be 3 years. Still, it's brand new, but they have pissed and shit all over it, and I can't get rid of them because they're my only friends. So I have to now. I have to put down tile. There's no other way out.
This makes me so happy, by the way, because me and Daniel have lived our lives differently, and he's always take care of everything he's had, and I've always ruined everything I've had. You know, and
that's why we get along.
And
we're both intrigued how the other lives.
Yeah, but now it's changing.
Well,
it is changing.
Only to the dogs.
Now it's all going to implode
because I don't have dogs. So that's the one thing that
you're free, baby.
That
yeah, but you have double the kids.
True, but they're not shitting on the floors. Like, you know.
So pretty soon they'll be jacking off on them.
And that is true.
That's some advanced mom math.
Yeah, I know that's coming. I've heard other BDMs tell me they start jacking off and everything. But they're really
everywhere. Then you have that one like Sam's husband's closet door where it's like you look at it and you're like, what is that? It's like, I came on that 1,000 times.
Everywhere?
But the fact
T-shirts
that Daniel has these two small dogs that
Caesar and
shit
Maggie.
up everything.
Caesar's mine. You guys know Caesar. He's the T&D Media logo. Maggie's my dead mom's dog, but I love her so much, and she's the ugliest dog in the world.
And he can't do anything about it, and they're just shitting and looking at him, ruining his carpet.
Oh, Maggie last night, and she squats just like a woman would squat in the woods, and she just squatted, and she just looked at me with one snaggletooth, tongue hanging out. Disgusting. She has these pink warts that are growing out of the sides of her eyes. It's like her eyes have eyes that don't work. That's how disgusting. It's disgusting.
So when are you ripping out the carpet?
Whenever, as soon as humanly possible. I can't take it anymore. I've stepped in diarrhea over the past month 6 times. I've stepped in shit another 2 times.
When my dog, passed away last year, it was the same thing, and it's like I had to steam clean every single day.
Yes.
Every single day.
And
it is such a pain in the ass.
I bought a cleaner because
I'm worth it?
I'm like, this isn't that bad.
I put my dog down, so what does that tell you?
Oh, she
Merry
took care
Christmas.
of it.
Yeah, but
mean old bitch.
You waited till the last minute.
I do question that, though, because Caesar's my boy, but sometimes I look at him and I'm like, is this good?
Yeah, my dog could barely stand up.
Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I mean, last night, this is perfect timing, too, because he did it last night. I didn't think this would line up. In fact, I wasn't hoping for it. I don't want the show to be better. I'd really rather my room not have piss in it. He stood in his bed and he just unloaded, and you could hear it.
Yep. I had PTSD from that. I would wake up in the middle of the night thinking I was hearing my dog piss
Suddenly you're
on my floor.
Like you're pouring milk on a sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's thick.
bad.
It's because his piss
And it
is thick.
stinks.
It's thick piss, man.
Hard to justify to me the dog now.
No, I would not. No, 100% don't.
Don't.
But my dog's a sweetheart. She sleeps in the bed.
But he's not.
Wait. Give it a couple years. They'll be peeing everywhere.
But
that's what happens. Old, yeah.
They start dying.
I
and then
figured this out though. You're not as emotional as I am. You're only emotional with your boys and your wife, which are really, truly the important things. So you do have your priorities straight. So you're not going to go and get other things that you're not going to care about. So these dogs might give me more joy. So I am willing
to put up with
up with a little more piss and shit than you would be, right? Because it's all about what I'm getting out of it. These are my best friends. Well, I hate everybody, and these are my friends. But I kiss them and I'm hugging them. I'm like, oh my god, I love.
I can put up with anything.
Oh, I love them so much.
Like if I put up with Lena when the Lena pooped all over everything.
I mean,
and
your
then
own children and pissed and shit everywhere. Yeah,
but I'm just saying I'm making the choice going forward to not bring that in because
just get like a fish.
Because now I have the choice, and I'm saying to make the choice to buy a dog seems like an irrational.
Yeah, don't do it.
But
horrible business choice.
But middle-aged dog, there are no bads other than not being able to
do
just
the
freely
thing where you
go
can
to vacation.
like rent the dog for the day from the pound or whatever, where you get to walk them around and spend.
Oh, that's great. Just kind of rent the dog for the day, then take it back to jail. Like,
at least they're getting out during the day.
They should do that with orphanages.
Otherwise, they're just locked up the whole damn time.
Yeah. No, it's just like, but middle-aged dog is awesome. Like middle-aged Caesar, we could take him everywhere. He's cool, not that hard to board. Like that was awesome. Puppy, horrifying. Old pee-pee dog, not horrifying, but just not good. It's not good. The room, when I walk into it, I tell Andrea, and this is why I told her, I said, I have to rip this out. And she's like, we can't. She starts crying. Like, we can't do it. We don't have the money. You're so irresponsible. This is knee-jerk reaction. And I'm like, no, we have to do it because every time I walk in here,
you're going to stop buying planes.
It smells like pee. I have stopped. It smells like pee, and if it smells like pee in there, then the entire house smells like pee, and I just can't smell it.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been to people's houses when they tell you, oh, I don't have pets, but you have pet smells.
Yeah.
I got a super smeller. I'll come by.
Yeah. If you got cats, your house smells like cats.
Yeah, it's like pretending
if you have tiny pee-pee dogs.
If you have birds, they're loud. It's just some things.
Yeah, tiny pee-pee dogs. It smells like pee-pee dogs.
And I love my pee-pee dogs. I have an addiction to pee-pee dogs.
Yeah.
If I could have 25 pee-pee dogs, I'd have them. I love them. They're so sweet. They kiss me, and I kiss them, and it's just, I love them.
Ooh,
again, look,
Andrea in the chat.
No.
Why do we not have money? Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Is that what she said?
That's what she said.
Oh, that's a nerd
a mom
thing.
joke.
Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles. John Candy.
Yes.
The greatest comedian of all time.
Why can't you be more like him? He didn't work as blue.
What do we got next?
Brand particular new detergent. What is that?
I got in trouble. I bought something. I was a spending addiction.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get you some help.
I know, yeah.
I bought something because I thought you guys would clown me, but I also used the excuse of being clowned on to buy something that I thought would be, nice. I bought John Mayer laundry detergent.
That's something they sell?
Yeah, he has his own laundry detergent. Oh, it's $20 a bottle.
He's about to get canceled like Jake Gyllenhaal.
I bought it. What's he doing now?
No, when Taylor Swift releases that next album, he's going to be done for.
She's been holding on to it?
Yeah.
Canceling? I don't even think canceling matters anymore. It's just cool.
Not a real thing. But.
But I bought this detergent. It's John Mayer detergent. It smells like, I don't know, like patchouli and... It's a lovely smell.
Is it something you order online?
Yeah, I ordered it online.
John Mayer Out West detergent.
Yeah, I bought it. Now here's
here's
why I bought it, and here's something you guys don't really know about me that ties into our one of our sponsors or one of the guys we've been working with, Groove Soaps. I am an old-time soapman. I love soaps. I like getting them for presents. I like getting them for Christmas. In fact, Andrea's in-laws, and we probably never talked about this because I've been embarrassed of it, but, we're running out of things to talk about, so I'm having to go into the embarrassment trunk and pull a few things out. But I love hand soap. I love hand soaps.
He should get on top of like the giant vat that they mass produce this with and
shit in it.
No, jack off. I'll do one load inside the mass. And so then,
but you got to smell this shit.
It loads for loads.
It smells so good. Oh, it ties in too.
Well, then
it's organic.
But then you tout it because like John Mayer has slept with some of those beautiful women in the world.
Oh yeah.
Including Taylor Swift.
So have you.
Well, just like you could get a little bit of John Mayer's
really
load.
Good. That's really good, Butler.
In your detergent.
No, I normally I wouldn't. I should say normally I would do this.
It's weird that the front of it has a chick playing a guitar.
It's the company's logo, just altered with a guitar. It's called the Laundress. If you're interested in it, apparently, and I talked to one of Andrea's. My daughter's best friend's mom is really into high-end laundry detergent. Like, it's like a hobby of hers. She's like, I buy them from all these crazy places. Well, she's like me. I didn't know this, but I found out that she's like me. She's extremely particular. Fair enough. She's very particular about her hand soaps. Like, I am very particular about my hand soaps. Like, there's one in the bathroom in our bedroom that I love that is a lemon and olive oil soap. And I love it. And if I don't have it, I get mad.
Weird.
I like my hands to smell. I just like to smell good.
That's weird.
I like to be clean. I like to smell clean.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. Samantha, that's crazy. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
What, smelling clean?
Well, just being particular about what hand soap you use and buying the John Mayer detergent. Like, how the hell do you even find this stuff?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Who's got time for
this?
this?
The algorithm got me. I don't know. I was listening to the new album. I didn't know he made this soap, and I'm not like, he's not my favorite artist, but it pops up on Instagram, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, and I tapped it.
We'll just buy the stuff at the
But
Publix.
it doesn't smell like his stuff. Because you got to smell it. I'll bring it in.
I'm sure it's the same.
No, it's not the same.
Well, you're bringing up the wrong person. Like, I've never cared about anything.
Smells like leather and flame.
Okay, like smells or whatever.
Butler would see the value in it. Sam would say, it's okay.
It says, experience crisp and powdery notes with undertones of sandalwood, leather, and amber surrounded by spice, patchouli, and musk.
Yeah. So, and
speaking of soaps, get that Tom and Dan soap. There's only a few bars left.
That sandalwood. So again, this sandalwood Tom and Dan soap smells very similar to the John Mayer laundry detergent.
Did they steal our soaps?
And now I'm all in on the sandalwood.
And it
Good
doesn't
choice
dry
on
out your
that.
skin.
Sam chose the sandalwood.
Yeah, sandalwood and bourbon Tom and Dan soaps.
They're great.
I can't. Well, Crystal's allergic to whatever's in the laundry detergent, like that smells or whatever. She has to get the non-scented, whatever the hell.
Oh my God, for sensitive
prescription.
Skin?
Yeah, for sensitive.
Prescription laundry detergent.
I've bought the wrong one before. Oh man,
poof up my ass.
So your family is so fucking lily, bro.
I know.
You, your wife, and your kids.
They're Swedish. They're from.
And you guys are going camping. Like, I don't even understand. Well,
I don't know.
It's in an RV.
You guys are more granola than I am.
That is true.
I do not.
It's turning that way.
I could eat anything. You could put anything on me.
Yeah.
Your kids are vegetarian. Your wife's vegetarian. She has to have prescription detergent.
Because they're Swedes. He's not. He's trash. Like me.
It's just
I just like to smell good trash.
It's I don't know what it's like. My wife's sensitive to whatever she.
I am too.
I seen her break out and like blotches.
You got to build a tolerance.
Yeah, I get Hy-Vee if Andrea uses the wrong detergent. So I haven't used this yet. I just washed my hands.
She
in
said
it.
she just used it, so she's going to report back.
I used it on my hands because I was like, well, if these poof up, then we know.
Big fat hands.
So I put a little bit in my palm, and I did it, and nothing happened, but they smelled amazing. So anyway, yeah, I'm a weirdo, I guess. Want to do one more?
Explaining to Maisie how it was for you to go to the beach.
Okay, Maisie doesn't understand that when we went to the beach, meaning everyone listening to this, because I assume most of you, all of you are of age, you didn't have the tent.
Hell no.
We didn't even bring a cooler.
No, towels.
No.
That was it.
Brought towels.
That was it.
And you and sunscreen if you had it.
And Mom and Dad had a chair.
Yeah, maybe.
Mine didn't.
My
It was all
dad
towels.
didn't want no fucking chair. He would walk the beach with his binoculars trying to look for titties. It was always a joke. He was a pervert. And then we would get sunburned every time we went to the beach. Every time. You'd go and you'd get sunburned and you'd come home.
Yeah,
and I was explaining this to Maisie because Maisie, okay, here's where the thing happened. Maisie doesn't understand what a sunburn is. She's like, what's a sunburn? And that's why I started laughing. I'm like, what's a sunburn? And then it dawned on me, kids these days are so pampered by all of us parents that they have no idea. We have tent and then they're wearing the swimsuit.
Bucket hat.
And I know this sounds like dumb old man and hacky stand-up, but a swimsuit for Maisie now is a long-sleeve rash guard turtleneck with a matching hat and boy shorts, right? That's a wetsuit.
Yeah.
That's
She's
not
basically all covered.
Yeah, like little boys. I see your little boys, and every little boy at any water park is hat, long sleeve rash guard, turtleneck, and long dukes, and maybe water shoes because their feet are tender.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just like, we didn't have any of that. It was hot feet, and then you'd wear tiny sun decks, and you'd get a sunburn, and you're getting cancer later in life. And but Maisie has no concept of that. No idea what, the beach without a tent?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the helmet thing.
Goddamn beach wagons.
She asked about the wagon. I'm like, no.
Hell no. Carry everything that you can in your hands.
But then I did say we ran it lean. That was what I was telling May. I'm like, we ran it lean. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, we didn't have the drinks. We didn't eat there. We'd go inland or whatever, eat, and then come back. Or, maybe Mom would bring a sandwich in her purse or something,
Yeah. There's no grandiose plan.
So what shifted that, and what time? Was it the 90s we gravitated to that? Because I remember going to the beach with my buddies, that age you'd go to the beach where the mom still brings you, but you're there with some bros to surf and hang out, 13, maybe 12 or 13.
Yeah.
But we still didn't have a tent. We still didn't bring a cooler. When did we flip?
I think it was the early 2000s when it flipped. I think tents became more affordable. I think those little easy pop-ups became more affordable and
that might be it.
Thrown around. And I think
that
that's
10 by 10 boom.
We went to the beach every Sunday as a kid, religiously. We didn't go to church. We went to the beach, Virginia Beach, Virginia. We went there from Newport News. Went there every single Sunday. Didn't have a tent. We did have the cooler because we spent all day. We got there 9 in the morning. Didn't leave till 8 at night. So we were there all day long.
Yeah. And
burnt to a crisp.
It was just weird.
When I was a teenager, and we used to go and take the Metro Rail over to South Beach, and we didn't even bring a bottle of water. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think we didn't even have money.
Just go.
I think we had our buddy's Metro Rail thing, or we jumped the shit, or whatever it was. But nobody had money. It was we went there all day. No one drank anything. No one was I'm thirsty.
Stay hydrated.
There was no water.
Yeah.
We had no water. And then we went there all day.
Yes.
And nobody got hungry, apparently, because no one's I'm hungry. Let's go get something. No, there was nobody. We couldn't afford it. Or no one brought money to buy anything.
You get it.
And they just went home.
Okay.
12 hours.
Your example is perfect. Imagine explaining that to Tommy Max and the look of pure confusion on their face that they don't.
They probably wouldn't even believe it.
Well, that was a teenager. I guess I can't even remember going to the beach as a kid. We were going out on the boat, so it's kind of. But when out on the boat, we had a pub sub or some sort of
food
sub.
That's good, but boating is different.
Boating,
that's a different animal. But I just thought it was and then we started talking about it. This is just purely dinner conversation, and I was I don't know when that became a thing because I can remember now. I can remember my dad attempting something, right? That would have been a craze, but it didn't catch on. And it was that stupid screw-in thing for the umbrella. Mm-hmm. And he did it, and then the salt water rusted it, and then the paint started falling off in the garage. I remember he punted it in the trash because making his garage dirty. I probably got that from him.
The tent at the beach.
When did that happen?
That must have been.
Now we bring tents to everything.
That was when China started doing everything. Yeah, because a tent back in the 80s would have been $1,800. It was a metal tent. So when China started,
you'd have to call a company to come set it up.
Yeah, once China started making everything, that's when all this stuff started to happen. We became an ultra consumer society where you could buy a beach wagon, a tent, and all this shit is affordable for even poor people could somehow scrape it together. Dude, you can get a tent at Walmart for the beach for
$50.
Yeah,
I bought it
for under $50.
Probably $28.
It's a piece of shit, but it's under $50. You can get a tent,
and you season.
Yeah. I mean, it'll rust eventually, but it'll last a while though.
Yeah.
We had our Walmart tent. I finally gave it away because I hated it so much, but it was heavy as shit. But that shit will last.
Yeah, it'll last a long time.
I mean, for 10 years for $50, so you could have a tent. Although now, when I go to the beach with my sons, I'm bringing a wagon with so much soft side cooler.
We got everything, dude.
All the stuff
multiple chairs. Andrea has a pop-up tent. She has this one
ridiculous. You don't need that.
You
shit.
Throw it out and it goes. And it like makes like a sunshade, and you put that down.
It's too much.
I've got two stereos, one for Andrew's
People are
music,
setting up colonies on
We're
the beach
all
now.
a bunch of pussies. That's what it comes out to. We're like, and we can go without it. It's just now we have it, and it's cheap, so we're like, it'll be better. But
it's more comfortable.
We spend a lot of time setting up.
The last time we went to the beach, I set up the fucking cool cabana tent, where you put the sand in each one of the things, and then we put
got the nice one.
We put the seats. We had seats or whatever. Never fucking stood there drinking White Claw. My sons are running up and down the beach, and I'm like, what the? I'm looking at the goddamn tent with it's got the blanket, the beach blanket. You fold up. Shit, my wife bought on some website, and
nice.
has a pouch and whatever. And then the fucking wagon with the tent, with the chairs, the beach chairs, 2 little kids beach chairs. The fucking she's got shit hanging.
Yeah, you guys
there.
have moved in.
Yeah, it was like we set up a goddamn shelter.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
And then like my sons are like, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm like, hot.
I need air conditioning.
And then load it all back up. I'm like, why did we do this?
Yeah, give me the video games and air conditioning. I think this is a perfect thing to end on right here. This is from Izzy, chiming in from our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Izzy says, I got a 600-pound chair from Walmart for $35.
Yeah.
Watch.
We all just bring all the shit, and I never appreciated.
Oh, it's rated for 600 pounds. You know what
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know.
I'd like to know, because I kind of walked in halfway through your story at the, I was going to say the Lazy Moon, but I brought Lazy Moon pizza to the pizza party that we had for the Twitch members, that if you collect enough orbs, you can turn them in for a pizza party, right?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So we went to Hourglass.
It was good seeing everybody.
Yeah, man.
I brought a way too much pizza for the amount of people that we were trying to feed. And then something was happening where Tom was talking about how he got there in his Uber, and his Uber driver was showing him a video.
Okay, it was a Lyft driver, because my Uber's still screwed up because I can't change the goddamn number.
But you rail against Lyft and you say it's like Bobo. Uber,
it's all Bobo now.
It's all the same now.
It's gotten to the
So
point
it's
where
even now.
Now people are doing it because they have to do it, and that's the worst scenario. like it's not a novelty. You don't get picked up by BMW anymore.
Yeah.
Like a dually truck picked me up one time because I think the guy's like, I just want to try it. That was years ago, and now that shit doesn't exist.
You want to rip your carpet up because you want to, not because you have to.
Anyway, I get in the car, and now the car I got into, I guess they sell a plastic or some sort of like divider, like you'd see in taxis, where I guess if you lift enough, or
cheap on Amazon,
you buy it on Amazon. It's like a separator between the driver and the back seat or whatever, like you see in a taxi, but it's like just Velcroed to the back of the seats or whatever. Anyway, so I get in, and then this lady's like, you could tell she does Lyft for a living or a lot, right? Because she has all the shit in there, that thing.
Do you even Lyft, bro?
And then she's got like Halloween sticky things, like blood hands.
She decorated it. Yeah,
on the back.
Take that off now.
I did say, I was like, well, that's a fucking
late.
Yeah, it's mid-November, and you got the blood hands.
Now
there's
weird.
some bleed over. Universal Studios. Universal Studios can have a haunted house on November 1st. She can do the same.
Disney's Christmas, November 1st.
And she was a chirper. And so I get in, and she starts chirping away. And I was in a good mood. I was fine with it.
You're like, I'm going to the pizza party.
Yeah, I'm going to Hourglass, hang out with some BDMs, which we haven't done.
Meet Norm.
We got to meet Norm, which we haven't done in a while. So I was like, I was happy. And then she's, small talk. And then at a certain point, I just stopped talking, hoping that she would stop talking. Did not work.
I did that with Butler, and it doesn't work.
Yeah. They get more talkative for whatever reason.
Yeah, they go in on you.
You have to over talk the chirper to get them to shut down because they'll eventually get mad that they're not talking. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like you have to out chirp the chirper. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and then she starts talking about how she went to Nordstrom today for a fashion show, right?
What?
And then I'm sitting there, awesome. And then I'm like, Nordstrom. So she's like, I went to Nordstrom, and they were doing this fashion show. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Right. And then we're getting closer to the Longwood Hourglass, right? So, and I could tell, I was like, God damn, it sounds like the beginning of a story, not the end. So she's like, I went to Nordstrom, there was a fashion show, it was great, it was awesome, and they had this belly dancer, and she's like, oh man, you should see this belly dancer. She was awesome.
She was bellying it good.
And I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. And then I'm like, belly dancers don't see that every day. So I'm trying to shut it down. And then
when you say that, you're not shutting it down.
And then she's like, wait until we get there. I took a video of it. I'll show you the video. I'm like, fuck.
God damn it.
And then
no, she said, wait till I get there. I'll show you a video of
no,
it.
Thanks,
of Hourglass.
That's too
close. No, we're not friends, right?
Yeah,
we're not friends.
correct.
Well,
and that's coming from me. And normally I'm like, I'm a chirper.
We've been talking for 10 minutes now, so we've established the fact that there's a back and forth. So that's, and I'll explain to you, that's why I felt this way. So we pull up to Hourglass. We're right there. And then she's like, and she puts it in park. And then I'm stuck there.
Remember.
And she's like, I'm going to show you this video. And then she pulls up her phone. And then, of course, like I see the pictures and the videos, like that, the screen where it's all the picture. And then she's like tapping on it, and it's not like loading immediately.
She had rubber gloves on.
Well, it's because like she's got a phone where it's all saving to the cloud, right? So when you save a long video to the cloud, and then you tap on it, it takes a while to retrieve.
Hold on. It's loading. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm not joking.
Hold on.
I sat there for 7 minutes in the Hourglass parking lot while she was like, hold on, it's about, she's like, wait, and then she started like.
Didn't you text us?
You're insane. Why would you sit there?
What am I supposed to say?
I'd be like, hey, my shift's starting right now. I got to get in there.
He doesn't
Shift, I know. I already told her. I was like,
if you listen to
that doesn't matter.
He
you don't have to say any. You literally don't have to say anything. Open the door and fucking walk out.
No, he doesn't have that power.
Well, we've already. That's a dickhead move to me. I'm just gonna get out.
Guess what else is a dickhead? Keeping me fucking as a goddamn hostage in your car when I'm trying to go do something I want to do.
She's trying to show me this belly dancer that she was insanely impressed by.
Don't care.
So I can't.
52%.
Ma'am, I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm stuck at 52%. Let me close it out and open it back up. It'll load.
I could not stop her and be like, I gotta go, because I felt like
that's not your thing, man.
Was being a dickhead to her. So I sat there, and then she finally resorted to scrolling slowly with her phone, like with her finger.
And you get the idea. Hold on, I'm gonna do it. I'll make the noise.
And then she showed me the belly dancer, and then apparently the video she took was 12 and a half minutes long. And I was like, who videos for that long? Who the fuck does that?
I've never videoed my daughter for that long, and I love her so much.
Sat there and videoed something for 12 minutes
people
for what?
do it, though. I see people do it.
Tired at that point.
No, I see people do it.
That's insane.
Sam knows. You sit there and you go to Disney and you'll see some lady in the front row. She's videoing Journey and Food and Wine. Like you're gonna fucking watch that.
Do you ever go back and watch it? Like the people that do long videos, do you ever watch it?
I don't watch any video we've ever released.
Anyway,
not one.
Sat there for 7 minutes in the parking lot, Hourglass, while she slowly moved her finger across to show, because the video would move as she did that.
This story proves once and for all, I'm on your side. This is you are handicapped. That is,
Crystal said, why didn't you say I'm in a hurry?
Exactly,
no, he can't do it, guys. If he could, don't you think he would do it?
Yeah.
Nobody chooses this.
Look, sometimes
it's a disability.
But you can work through those.
I don't mean.
Do you think if Jana could walk,
you would?
Are you going to yell at her for not walking? Get up, bitch! Walk! You can't.
Lazy.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Lazy.
Yeah, you're yelling at me like, just get out of the car. I can't.
He can't. No,
I promise I can't.
No, he never can do it.
I promise you.
I would bet.
Why would I do it to
myself? Are you just like frozen in fear in the car?
I don't want to be a dick.
I don't mean to be an advocate for this, but I am on board now. I see it.
If he goes to therapy, they will give you tools to be able to do it. I'm telling you.
He's beyond tools. No.
See, I have faith in him that he can.
No, I do not. I know. I in other areas, sure. And I think he's a wonderful person. Like, I love this guy. I know, and I'm comfortable saying that. I know that's not your bag, but I'm just saying.
I have hope for him because I've seen him make small changes, including like the Google Calendar.
You don't
100%. He said he could not do it. He kept saying that he could not do it. He could not do it.
You can't live on yesterday's home runs.
These are things.
I like how Sam's like, I've seen him. He wore shoes.
On the news.
I'm just saying. There are small things that you say you can't do that eventually eventually, when you try, you can.
You don't understand how this makes him feel, though. You don't understand how this is. If he could do it, because he would come in here and he'd be like, "Guess what I fucking did," and we'd be like, "What?" And you'd tell the story, well, yay! But you'd not. He can't do it.
I did do something at Publix.
News people are saying
someone was standing by the cart return area with a clipboard, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" because like this means this doesn't.
I understand.
Whatever's about to happen is going to be horrible, right? Like he's not going to be like, "You won." Like it's going to be whatever the fuck this guy with a clipboard is going to ask me. I don't want to do it. Please don't do it. But so I did. I was returning my cart, and then he's like, "Sir, do you want to fill out this thing for
petition for blah, 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 blah."
But yeah. And then I did tell him, I was like, I'm in a super rush. I really
I'm
gotta
a felon, I can't.
I told you he can do it. He can do it.
But that was because I was returning the cart, and I was like, just say it.
Yeah, you have to talk yourself up. Exactly. Wait a minute. Yesterday you said you never psyched yourself up for anything. So
this was preparing myself. This is not psyching myself up.
Maybe an involuntary reaction.
It's a small thing, but it's something.
No, this is like fight or flight to him. I don't think that he voluntarily pumped himself up. I think his body was in flight mode and said,
I did put Samantha's right. Yes, I did prepare.
Because I did this too at Fest when they had people outside of like the venues asking people to like sign petitions for shit. I literally was like, don't ask me. And when they asked me, I was just like, I did it yesterday. Like, you just lie.
I do
lie to everybody.
For the donation of Publix when they're like, will you donate to the kids? And then I'm like, I did it this morning.
You know what I wanted to do? Man, I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what I wanted to do because I said that to the lady. I have conversations.
It's an asshole thing to do. I did not do that this morning.
I know, but I have conversations with myself while I'm saying things to a person.
Everybody does. Well, maybe not, but I feel like everybody.
So this lady goes, "Would you like to give a $3 donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation?" And I said, "I did it last time I was in here," and I wanted her to go like, "Let me look that up."
Yeah.
That's what I wanted her to say that. I wanted her to be like, "Well, let me look that up and make sure." And then I was like, "I'm so sorry.
I lied to you. I'm an adult, and you're an adult. I lied straight to your face. Because I'm cheap. I don't know why. I did it. It's about to be the worst time of year too, because the goddamn Salvation Army bell ringers are going to be out there.
Maybe next time. Just say that they're walking up there. Maybe next time. Just keep walking.
Maybe next time. I don't like that at all.
That's more dick.
I don't like that at all.
Because it's like, maybe I'll give it to the next person that rings the bell, but not you.
It's like walking by them, they're like, and you're like, you're next. Like, why would you say that?
They also
keep walking. They think about it too.
Here's Johnny.
I'm more upset that they start because they walk to the door and then they started ringing the bell aggressively.
That did not look like ringing a bell, by the way.
You're ringing a bell, all right.
And then I'm like, oh my god, they're spending time and effort doing something to try to alert me, and I'm walking right past them like that. I feel like a dick every time.
I hate that. I hate the Girl Scout cookies right outside.
No, fuck a Girl Scout
Stop putting people in front of the doors of your establishment, or I'm going to stop going to your establishment. I don't want to be harassed by people. If I want to donate, I will donate.
And now they all got squares, so I can't use my. I'm sorry, I don't carry cash.
Well, there's an easy way around it. Just talk to your wife or talk on your phone. I always do that. And if the Salvation Army's there, I pull my phone up and with nobody on there. And I'm just like, yeah, American Girl. That's what was on her list. What did I screw it up again? And then I do
pretend like you're in an argument so they don't want to bother you.
Yeah, you could do that. That's like walking in late, but you act absolutely mad.
Right.
Remember, I've talked about that before.
Well, that's more insane than what I'm doing. I just want
not really. Because I don't have to interact with anyone.
I get pressured. I give them $1. Get fuck. It's more insane to have a fake conversation. You're yelling, get out of the house. Now you're insane.
I think I agree with you. No, I think I agree with you because I have walked in before.
We're going to get a domestic dispute on the phone for like fake.
I have walked in before and been like, well, I don't know about your father, and I don't really care about. I'm walking in and I'm talking.
Well, fuck you.
And I'm having. No, I won't take it that far, but I will get heated. I'll be like, "What do you mean the files? I just sent that. It's not in the Dropbox. I'll have to call you back. I'll do one of those."
Wait a minute. I think Horse Doug or what was his name?
Oh yeah,
Horse Dog. Oh yeah.
Line 2.
Hey Doug, what's up?
Was that his name?
Hey Tom, Dan, how are you?
We're ready for your segment in 3, 2, 1.
No, my segment's done. Hey Tom, I want to pay you a compliment. You become a great broadcaster. And you tell ridiculous stories, and I love you, brother.
No, well, what happened, Doug? Why'd you give up?
Wait, is Doug third level Carl?
I'm not giving up. I gave some horses last week, and also gave you New England. But I do have a bone to pick with you, Tom.
Mm.
I was on ACT on my email, and you wanted to get on me so bad for wanting Daniel's autograph on my CD, and Daniel shut you down.
What the fuck is going on?
Did he?
Daniel said, Tom, how many CDs do you have out? You went,
This must have been what it was like to have your friend who's a gold miner laugh and then the Old West revolver go off and blow your kneecaps off. You know what I mean? That's how a lot of good gunfighters died.
Now that you brought up the point, like, what are you going to do once Daniel signs his buddy CD? Are you ever going to, like, are you going to take it out of the case and look at his
You're going to
signature?
display it?
Is it going to give you any happiness? Like,
That's the stuff.
You know what? There's points in time in life that you remember. And Daniel is so witty, so talented, and I'm not blowing smoke up Daniel's ass. But I was a route salesman all my life after the military, and I would literally sit in my truck and listen to that bit and not even work. I would just sit there and listen, and I would cry laughing, and it would make my Monday, Tuesday, whatever better. And
Wednesday,
it's a point in my life that I really appreciate.
Thank you for your service,
well,
Doug.
what has he done lately? That's what I'm like. What are you laughing? Because
Was that Jody Watley?
Oh, come on, man. Without Daniel.
Or just like bringing up like
Daniel, you
Jordan
guys are lost.
asking about his championship.
I don't know if you saw us last night. Didn't even put up any points. That's bad when you can't.
All right. Well, Tom, do me a favor. Read the other email, what I said about Belichick and the New England Patriots, and look how many times they've won in a row. And if you didn't bet on them, it's your loss, bum, man.
Well, what about next week? I already lost last night because I'm an idiot. And I went to 7, and I was like, 7 points? I'll take that at home. And
I'm a Viking fan. My team is just as bad as Daniel's. I mean, he's a Falcon fan. I mean, we're just there to be there. But, I mean, New England is on a roll.
What do you think about Minnesota versus Green Bay, Doug?
That's a big game.
Yeah. Because I got money on Minnesota and a teaser. What?
No. I'm not. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this week's very tough. What I do like is Cincinnati. I think they're -1 at Las Vegas.
You understand this is what you sound like, right?
Yeah.
But I did hit New England. Last night again. I told you to ride that wave of Belichick in November. And I want you to read that email because I told you flat out. But I want to tell you guys, man, I love you.
Love you
and
too.
I'm going to cancel myself because I didn't give you the truth last week. The track turned out to be sloppy.
Oh.
And I didn't tell your listeners, don't bet a race if it's sloppy or muddy. And I'm going to cancel myself.
All right.
I'm going to cancel myself to the Friday before Churchill Down. That's the first Saturday in May.
And you'll return.
I'm going to call right before that.
All right.
I will return.
We will see you in May.
All right, Bubby. You guys have a great weekend.
You too. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Bubby.
Okay, Bubby.
That was cute.
Don't you want to buy a weed pipe as well, Bubby?
Doug said Fridays are his day off. He starts hitting
gets
it.
a little loose. Yeah,
I think
sounds fun as hell.
But I do like he knows when to bow out. He might make a reappearance.
Well, does he? He just keeps saying he's going to bow
That's
out,
true.
but he calls
you know what?
every
You're
Friday.
right. You're right.
Yeah. And I
EJ could learn a thing or two.
Damn. Shots fired.
Getting drunk is fun at the beginning, but there's like a couple of hours. Like once you're 4 hours into it, you're like you've lost motor function. And you're like, oh god.
Yeah, when your wife's like,
and you're trying to chase. I'm trying to chase what happened 4 hours ago, and never coming
you're
back.
waking up. It's Friday.
You got to reset.
Maybe your daughter comes in from dance, and your wife's like, and you're like, what do you want for dinner? Why do you want for dinner? And your daughter's like, Taco Bell. And your wife's like, that's not a good restaurant. And you're like, all you do is fine.
I love Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell. She can have what she wants to have. You leave her alone.
Tripping around?
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I mean, this certainly wouldn't happen to me, but maybe you would say something like, maybe you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So oh, excuse me. What the heck are you talking about? Let's get out of here. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Semantics.
Yes.
Yeah, so this week is a semantics off week, but it is a you heard about this one week. So this week, Derek is hosting You Heard About This One, which is our conspiracy theory podcast. It is on our Patreon,
Totally free.
patreon.com/semantics. It is totally free.
But give some money while you're there. Don't be
We'd
that guy.
appreciate it. And it is about birds are not real.
Oh.
Speaking of birds today.
Butler has a shirt. You have a birds are not real shirt.
You got a birds aren't real sticker in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So we'll go over that conspiracy.
You see their
which is a fun one.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
What's going on with some watering holes?
So we have a new one. We have Dade City Brew House. So that's out in Dade City, Florida. They're open 7 days a week. They have over 15 different styles on tap. I had one of their IPAs. It was a juicy, hazy IPA, double dry hop, ideal ratios. It was really good. And then also Hourglass. They have their big event, their Drinks Giving. That's Wednesday, the 24th. At both locations, they'll be open till 1 a.m. They're going to have 3 new beer releases. They have their Juicy Cloud Aura, Nom Nom Guava Pastry, and then a super special limited barrel treated version of a pecan pie double brown ale. So check that out.
Awesome.
That's the first time you've ever done this and you didn't get tongue-tied. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm proud. That was really
good. I was on my phone earlier.
Yeah, you did great.
He was typing it up.
You did great.
I'm not that impressed. I'm saying
You can't win with this guy. You can't win with this guy. Yes. So next Wednesday will be our Friday free show.
Yes. I was about to
so
mention
everybody
that,
knows.
We're doing Friendsgiving. Are we each bringing a
side dish?
Side dish?
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
I can do that. I mean, we can do that. Okay.
I'm not big on this guy. Right? We all hate that stuff, right?
Someone brings some stinky green bean casserole, and I'm like, oh, it stinks like cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
Yeah. Green bean casserole smells like a cigarette.
It can.
I have never smelt that.
I'm going to Organic Meats. I think tomorrow.
Nice.
Saturday you're picking it up.
Yeah, you guys.
They got that big event Saturday too.
Yeah, so you guys better jump on that if you're picking up any stuff. That's not even something we needed to say. I'm just going to throw that out there because I don't want anybody disappointed. So if you're getting something from Organic Meats, I would get on it now.
Yeah, try to call ahead and reserve whatever you have. They have
I got to do that
turkeys,
tomorrow,
hams,
right?
butts. They have everything.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, your stuff's already been set aside for you.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.